This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117, and you're watching Xbox Ultimate. Now, finish the fight. Chief out.
Told Psycho to watch it.
Hello, everybody. We are live, and this is Xbox Ultimate Podcast, episode number 50.
Woo!
Yes, episode number 50.
Big 5-0.
Hi to all the channel members. Hi to all the people in the chat. Hi to anybody listening after the fact on demand. You all freaking rock. We love you all. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here to watch Xbox Ultimate Podcast. And as you can see, we have a full crowd today. We were going with two guests today and the full Magnificent Seven. And then I did see that one of our family members was out there and his show wasn't happening tonight, so wanted to reach out and say, hey, do you want to come hang out with us? And he said, let's do it, man. So he's hanging out with us too. So we have an awesome 50th episode here. And I am super happy about it because we're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm actually shocked that everybody is silent right now because it was just bananas in the pre-show.
We're letting you do your intro.
In the back,
it was all Rainbow. Rainbow kept yelling. So,
I know.
We couldn't shut her up. Really.
I'm sorry.
It's turned up.
I'm just excited to be here. Okay, I'm sorry. It's fine. I'll leave.
You let it all out, darling.
There's been deafening silence now because it was so crazy. But this is
awesome.
Letting
you do your intro.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. Like,
go ahead, host. Get your game on.
Keep going.
You guys,
keep going, man.
You want me to keep going? I don't know what's going on. Hey, everybody.
Friday. That's what it is.
Quick shout out. We have a few birthdays in the community that I know of. I may miss some because I haven't been
it's your birthday.
all over Twitter. But first off, happy birthday to 3-Bit's dad. He is celebrating his 35th birthday today.
Young man.
Oh, that makes him younger than me. Don't say that.
Hey.
And so that's Papa Bit. We also have Noof Nukem out there. His birthday's today. And shout out to Noof who popped his Game Pass cherry today. Oh. And he is actually fully invested now as a Xbot.
Yep. Game Pass Ultimate owner.
He has crossed over. He is a subscriber now to Game Pass Ultimate. He said it was too good to pass up with everything coming out this holiday. And who can argue? If they got Noof, there's a wave of others coming. I'm telling you, guys. All right.
They get Noof.
Shout out to Noof. And also Neo GameSpark, who's been a guest on the show.
Yes.
So awesome dude.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to him as well. So awesome stuff. Birthdays. Then another quick note I have to say before we get started is Pong helped me out significantly today by sacrificing his invite to pre-order the PS5. I have finally secured one thanks to Pong Soul's unselfishness. So thank you, sir.
He didn't need
I have got a PS5 pre-ordered, and then luckily I battled the bots, or maybe not bots. Maybe it was just overloaded because everybody wanted a Steam Deck, and I was actually able to reserve one today. So it was a freaking cool day. Had work and stuff, but we're ready for the show now, and I want to start with the person that was the loudest. Just like could not wait to make her presence known on this show. In the pre-show, we had trouble getting her to stop talking. It was crazy, guys. Rainbow, welcome to the show, Rainbow. I would like you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and kind of what you do.
First of all, you're just giving me more publicity, so I mean, thanks. Right after that. I'm Rainbow. I'm a content creator. I call myself a community cultivator. Basically just means I mod for a lot of communities, help connect people, connect communities, stuff like that. I'm a fundraiser and artist. And and a panelist of a few sorts, and eventually want to get into voiceovers or voice acting.
Hey.
I like a lot of bougie stuff, like
Hey,
gold
okay.
and nails and
Ooh, you're in the right spot for that.
Coffee.
You're in the right spot for that.
Yeah, Pong is all into that stuff as well.
He is. Pong's a diva. Don't worry.
Yep,
It's
yep,
a
don't worry.
lifestyle.
It is.
It's a total lifestyle. Yeah, I just like talking to people, but I just like hugging them even more. And that's
Hey, okay.
Look at those
That's,
flaws.
that's awesome,
Oh my
man. I
God.
put a link to your website in the
Appreciate that.
description also, where it says all about that stuff. Oh, that is rainbow nails. You got one of each
Yes.
Oh my
color.
God. Sure.
That's awesome.
Gouge my eyes
Excellent.
out.
And then
That's not the
Gouge
first time
my
I've heard that.
Spiky.
they look dangerous though. Like you don't want to
Yeah,
get in
they
a
do.
fight with that.
I do
Oh,
that in
Not
the
just
fall.
because of the nails, no. But yes, the nails do add to, a few reasons why you wouldn't want to get into a fight with me.
Oh, right on. Okay. All right, Obi.
Makes sense.
What's
Yeah.
up, man? The
young
first
god.
guest, Obi-Wan. A lot of people know Obi from the community. He's been around for a long time, hanging out. He mods for different channels and stuff, and I'm super excited to have him on the show as well. And thank you for being here, Obi. What's going on, dude?
Not much, man. Thanks for the invite. I have to say, though, I'm most excited about this is to be here with Lupa. I feel
Hey.
like I was one of the first people that got to meet her. She is absolutely one of my favorite people in this community, and I love to see that she's on a podcast full time now. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here, though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, man.
Lupa is awesome. I concur. Then we also have a guy that's kind of like part of the family. He comes on Fun Pop quite a bit, and also we were kind of Division 2 brothers for a long time, and I just love gaming with this dude and hanging out with him. So, Steel, what's going on, dude? How's it going?
Look, man, it is I am him, the one and only Steel Rain, one half of the living split screen duo that is now present and is taking over the Xbox Ultimate Kingdom. Look, man, it's been an excellent week. It's an excellent time to be here. Unfortunately, shout out to K Mega and his mom and everything. Got some personal things going on, so we were not able to do GRG tonight. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring those GRG vibes here, where gamers recognize game, and bringing it to the Xbox Ultimate Kingdom. Look, man, y'all are like family. Y'all always kept it real with me and showed love and showed support, which is always important to me. Y'all know my saying, keep it live, raw, and uncut, because that's what I'm about. Other than that, man, it's been an excellent week, and it's Friday. I had a week off, and it was unintentional, but personal things happen, life happens, and we right back at it. Amazing things have happened over the last week or over the last couple of weeks, and I'm ready to talk to y'all about it, man. So let's go.
Nice, dude. Hey, dude. We're super happy to have you here, and also again, shout out to GRG, K Mega. I hope all is well going on right now, because one of the reasons Steel is here tonight because he wasn't able to have his show, like Steel said, because of some things going on. So hope all's well. We're sending good thoughts your way, bro. And hopefully you're back next week, right? I'm sure you will.
Oh yeah, right back at it, man.
Yeah.
Right
all right, then we have the Magnificent Seven, man. We just had some intros, so I was trying to figure out how to get through these quickly. First in my heart, my lovely wife Kaitlin. Hey, baby.
Hi guys.
Okay, that'll work.
And then not playing.
And then we have the absolutely amazing Lady AF.
Hello. I'm just gonna pull a Kaitlin and say hi.
Right on. The extraordinary AssassinLupa.
It's Friday, baby. Let's go, fam. Obi's here. So happy, Steel and Rain. And it's amazing. I can't wait. Let's get at it, baby.
Let's go.
And then we have 3-Bit drinking a concoction that he just made right before
He's
the
getting
show.
after it already.
What's up, dude?
God.
You celebrating your dad's birthday with some mixed drinks there, I see.
Yeah, I'm trying things, seeing if things work.
It's a common thing. I'm trying to think of the name and I couldn't think of what it's called, but you take wine, like a really strong wine, and you add Sprite to it.
Yeah.
To make it less strong and more bubbly. It's a very common drink, and I just cannot think of the name of it. But that's when you said you added the seltzer to it. I was like, oh, so he's having. He's having a bubbly one.
Pong's like, no.
That's what the chat's for. Somebody in the chat will probably tell us what that is, right? Oh, we hope so.
I think it's a spritzer. Right? That kind of, it might be a spritzer.
That sounds right.
It sounds like a spritzer.
Yeah, I feel like it's a thing.
Yeah, just go with it. Just go with it. It's fine.
Just do your thing, man. Yeah,
you know, broccoli and margaritas, they're a thing too. Just go roll with
Yeah.
it, man. That's cool.
You know?
Yeah.
Whatever works for you personally. You know what I mean?
And then we got the Encyclopedia of Gaming from the first video game ever made, the one and only Pong Soul. How's it going?
Ooh, I like that.
Oh man, what an amazing night. It's just awesome to see all these beautiful people, as Steele always says, in the house tonight. We've obviously got Rainbow, which is amazing to meet you. Glad to have you here. Always love meeting new people. Obi, great part of the community. I've been in chats with you for a long time as well. So great to see you on here. And of course, my brother from another Steele, Living Split Screen, is all together tonight. And this starts off, this is going to kick off a pretty big Living Split Screen tour coming up here this week.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So this is a nice way to start it. But no, man, it's been a great week. We got lots of topics to talk about, obviously, lots of great people here. So we're going to have a good time tonight. This is going to be fun. So
heck yeah, dude. And then we have the mellow fellow from Clancy Land hanging out with Sam. What's up, Mr. Psycho? How's it going, dude?
Yo, what's up?
Oh God. Such a casual whoa. Yo, what's up?
No, it's a great fucking time. Can't wait to get
this.
Hey, there we go.
There we fucking do it.
There we go. Oh, the extra specials are kicking in right now. Let's go.
For what?
Is this Psycho from last week?
Oh God.
I don't know. Maybe.
We have to come up with a nickname like fancy for him.
Yeah,
I don't like the way he looked at the
alternate personality.
Just call it Extra Psycho.
Extra Psycho.
And shout out to the Hellboy, aka Last Emperor, in the chat for becoming a channel member again. He already was one. I think he said he accidentally let it slip, but hey, he got a new account, got the membership back going on. Thank you, appreciate your support, and everybody else hanging out there today. Now we do have some gaming topics, but we're gonna keep it loose and fun with this huge panel today, as well. Hey, guys, Valve
going on
announced a surprise for all of the gaming community, and
Valve does what Nintendo don't. Yes, that's right.
Do y'all remember when Gabe Newell was like in front of a bunch of kids at a high school auditorium or something, and he was talking about, hey, later this year you'll find out about like our games on console, right? Well, this is dockable. Okay, you can get a dock for this thing, so you can kind of put it on whatever monitor you want, right? And also, it will play a multitude of different types of games. And they announced the Steam Deck, which is a powerful handheld gaming PC. I say powerful in the sense of what it is, right? That has some pretty cool tech in it, and they are bringing it out to the masses this year with the surprise announcement. And the pre-orders went live today. I know there's some mixed feelings, I think, on this device on the panel, but hey guys, what do you think about Xbox's potential with the Steam Deck? Because that's just the Xbox show. Like, I think that there's opportunities there, and people can. We already know that people can get Game Pass on it if they want to. They may have to do some extra stuff, right? But I think there's opportunities to make it more of a streamlined experience. And that's what I want to talk about and see if we think that might kind of actually happen with some kind of a partnership or application that might be playable right on the device without having to install a different OS or anything like that. So, hey, we'll start with Rainbow. Actually, like, did you see the Steam Deck, and like, is it something that would appeal to you or no?
I've been reading up on it, and I feel like personally I probably would get it eventually. Like, I'm not a person that's like, I definitely have to have everything as soon as it comes out. First of all, I don't have the money for that. Second of all, I've already got like a gigantic backlog. So like, for me, I'm looking at this like in the sense of like accessibility and convenience on my part. And since I already have like a sizable backlog on my Xbox, and now since getting a PC a couple of years ago, now I've got like a Steam library that's slowly building. This is perfect for me. Yeah. So I don't know. I see the value in it. Like I can see where, you know, people would just kind of say, you know, no thanks if they've already got a Switch, or, you know, for whatever reason, like if somebody bought like a Switch Lite and couldn't find the original one, this might be like a nice kind of compliment. But I don't know. I think it's cool. I would definitely get one if I could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Obi, are you excited about this thing? Did it jump out at you? Did you like, whoa, what's this thing? Like, I gotta get one, or no?
No, it just made me think it's the adult version of this Nintendo Switch, because it feels like outside of this community, every person I know that owns one is like between the ages of 5 and 9. So I just
he's not lying. I mean, he's not lying.
Oh, I love to feel so young.
But I'm not, like, I told my wife about it and she's like, oh, when do pre-orders go out? And I'm like, really? But I need to see more hands-on with it. I'm the type of person though, like I've tried holding a Switch. I don't know if it's my thumbs, but like I cramp up easily. That's why I can't use a keyboard when I play games, because I don't know. I don't have a problem with controllers, but I try holding a Switch and my hands cramp up. So I'll just have to see it. I'm not out of my chair excited about it, but I am excited for the capabilities about it.
Yeah, cool, man. You think like just the functionality, right, is kind of like what appeals to you, right?
Yeah, and the convenience of it. I mean, right. Yeah, everything's gonna be down at 720. It'd be interesting when it's plugged into a monitor how 720p is gonna look like, especially if you have a 4K monitor. But
that's what I'm curious about, though, right? Because they say it can do like everything a PC can, right? So I think the limitation for 720 is only in handheld mode on the screen, and then when you dock it, you can just play games like a PC, like whatever resolution you can push for whatever specific game you're playing and whatever kind of monitor you have, right? Because I think like all the specs we see out there that say 720, I think that's just relating to the screen capability, not necessarily the device capability, right? Because it is a PC. They keep reiterating that to us. So that's one thing I would like more information on. But yeah.
It could be it could do 1080p probably. And who knows? It could be just as powerful as the Xbox Series S. Who knows?
Yeah, 3-Bit was kind of breaking down some tech stuff in the DMs for us. Steel, what's your like? Do you need a Steam Deck? Do you want to play Xbox games on it? Or
look, man, it's one of those things to where the Steam Deck for me is kind of like how my PSP was back in the day. It was like my ultimate emulation device, and that's kind of what I always do with every handheld that I've ever gotten. There hasn't been a handheld per se that I've really been interested in since the PSP, and the way that I game now is completely unnecessary for me to have something like that. I have a PC. I'd rather invest that money more into my PC, just because of my current play style. And it's one of those things where, like, once my girls got old enough to care about that kind of thing, like my girls don't even care about playing older games or me trying to force them to play, like per se, let's go back in time so you can see how games really were back in the day. Like, they're not really for that. They're going to be more for Minecraft, the Roblox, Fortnite kind of thing right now. This is because that's what they're into. That's what attracts them. And a Steam Deck could come in that, but they also have a Switch. So it's like, there's not a complete necessity for it. Now, if I was on the move, there's so much potential with this though, man. You know what I mean? Again, just saying that it could be an emulation device is just like the short end of it. Being able to play current games on the go, on the move, no matter where you're at, have full access to your Steam library, being able to access Game Pass more than likely. If they actually incorporate Game Pass into Steam, kind of like how EA Access is incorporated into Steam, so it just kind of works in hand with one another. It opens the doors for so many other things to happen. Again, it's not per se for me, but I can see why it's attractive. Again, it's selling. I mean, people are pre-ordering, man. It's like, shout out to y'all. Hopefully it works really well. It's exciting, man. Something SSD is kind of light for me. You know what I mean? Just personally, in that kind of device, but it's also kind of badass at the same time because you're getting the NVMe speeds in a handheld device, which Switch can't compete with. So, but again, like just like Obi was saying, it's the adult Switch. I mean, that's the best way to look at it. Except this is a computer, it can do more, whatever the case might be. But at the end of the day, it's not going to replace anything else. It's more on the go thing, and it sounds dope. So,
right on, dude. So I was able to get one pre-ordered. I was excited about it because when I saw it, like I'm thinking of two things when I saw it, right? Mm-hmm. I was thinking of RTS and the ability for me to like just, okay, I can put it on that TV with a dock, and then like I can go downstairs, I can play, you know, and then I can also play other stuff like top-down RPGs and stuff like that. Like, and I'm not really one to put like a whole PC on a TV, right? I've done that before, and I just like the experience never worked well for me, right? Okay. But like taking this, it's more of just like, it's more of a gaming device, right? So you can treat it like a gaming device, but it's capable of doing everything a PC can. So that's that's why it appealed to me. Like, and then the other thing besides RTS was Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because we've never had that Xbox handheld gaming device. We've never had the X-Boy or whatever like that. And this,
thank God,
prototypes.
This is capable of being something like that. This is the closest thing I think that's been like a mainstream device that we have that has that potential, because you don't have to cloud stream your games to it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You can install them natively, and that just was like, okay, if I can actually install like Forza Horizon 5 and also have like Company of Heroes 3 and Age of Empires 4 and also Master Chief Collection, and like it's like a joining of worlds, and then you talk about adding the emulators on there. So yes, you can do all that with the PC, right? I get that you can do all that with the PC. Like, there's no, a lot of people say, well, just get a PC, right? I get that, but being a dedicated little handheld gaming device that actually has like the
or a laptop,
the buttons built onto the screen, right? Like beside the screen and everything. Easy to manage, easy to take away anywhere you want. Just like it's pretty awesome. Now Lupa is against this thing. Like I gotta hear like why should I not have pre-ordered it, Lupa?
$400 bloody dollars, dude. Gee,
more than that.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
If that's the base though.
Yeah, the $400 version isn't even worth it. If you buy it for $400 version.
I didn't get that one because it's not good. Like, it doesn't have the storage, right?
No, exactly. So you're talking like $600 for the best one. There's 3, I believe.
1,000. Well, it's like 800, ain't it?
You're 600.
Yeah, something like that.
650.
650. That's it. I couldn't remember, but hey, I mean, that kind of money. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. And I've got a gaming laptop. Why wouldn't I use that? It's just the same. But
your gaming laptop probably cost you like what, $1,500?
No, I haven't got a gaming laptop. I said if I did. I've got a laptop, but it does play games if I wanted to. But I don't play handheld games. That's the point. I mean, handheld games to me are like, no, I don't need that in my life. I've got xCloud. The Kishi, as you know, Mav.
Lupa, what do you play Breath of the Wild on?
I play Breath of the Wild on a Switch. Docked, never undocked.
Okay. Would you like to play Breath of the Wild in 60 frames?
No, because I'm already playing. I'm already playing Skyward Sword in 60 frames.
Okay, how about Breath of the Wild 2?
Fucking burn.
How about Breath of the Wild 2?
Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be in 60 if Skyward Sword is.
What the hell? Okay. All right, we'll see about that one.
Even so, the point I'm trying to make is if I wanted to play it, I would play it on, you could play it on a laptop or PC. I don't get, it's just another way to take your money.
I can understand that perspective.
Yeah, that's what they generally do.
Yeah, it's one of those things like I heard King David kind of talking about it, just to, kind of play that line with you, Lupa, saying that it's a premium device. This device isn't meant for casuals. It's meant for us. You know what I mean? And that's what people have to keep in mind. Because I feel like there was a lot of people who were trying to look at it from that perspective. And again, it's not going to be for everybody. And I'm right there with you, Lupa. Like, I don't think it's completely necessary. I like it though. It's just,
yeah, I'm not saying I don't like it. I mean, it's okay for the people that want it. But how often do you play your Switch docked? How you know, like handheld? How often do you like? I had all the 3DSs, I had the Game Boy, I had all of that. I barely used it because if I'm going somewhere doing something, I'm usually driving. And then, you know, if I'm stuck in a hospital or a doctor's, that's a different matter. But now you have xCloud on your phone that you can play via the Kishi or a controller. You know, I don't understand the need for it. You're paying that kind of money, which to me is an awful lot of money, to maybe play it occasionally.
Well, so one thing for me, I think this isn't something anybody needs, right?
No,
I think this is just something that a lot of people may want, right? And this is like something that like I've been personally like looking for. It kind of bridges that gap. It's like what I wish Nintendo would do more with what they did with the Switch. I wish it would be more capable, more powerful, have more capabilities and stuff, right? But Nintendo is what it is, you know. But this is more expensive than a Switch, and it also has more capability because of that, right? So it's for that other gamer that wants to have something more, and it's a want, not necessarily a need. So it is definitely like more served for the hardcore. And also you got to think about the PC gaming crowd too, that never touches consoles, right? Never touches Switches, never touches Xboxes, never touches PlayStations or whatever. This is something that they've never really had, something like this. So for them to have their huge Steam libraries, a lot of people get tons of games on Steam just because they're cheap, and be able to take it with them when they're traveling or around wherever, and like have it on a bus, have it on a train, or have it on an airplane, all that kind of stuff. Yes, it is a luxury kind of device, and you can hang out at the park, you know, just pop it out, you know, it's like just wherever. It's kind of it's intriguing for a lot of different reasons, but I agree it's not a necessity, right? I think like Xbox needs to have a game console, PlayStation needs to have a game console, right? Switch needs to have a game console. They currently don't, but they need to have a game console.
Do you mean like parents can take it to the park while they're waiting on their kids to play?
Yeah, right. Or kids. I think this is like underrated for kids too, because of how many games are on Steam.
I just don't want you making people, like grown people, thinking they should go play in the park.
Hey guys,
take your old big ass to the park, boy.
I broke the swing set, Mom.
Well, surely you should be watching the kids when you take them to the park, not playing on them.
That's you know what? That is a fair assessment, fair point.
Yes.
Maybe you're just going on a stroll and stop at a park bench and have a.
In other words, you're trying to avoid the wife so that you can do some gaming and she doesn't know about it. Yeah, okay.
I mean, am I wrong? You're gonna walk down it wherever, sit on the park bench, and then just whip it out like, hey,
place it. Yeah,
when you put it that way, Seal, it sounds totally.
Have a skirmish.
I mean, okay, even better. Whip it out and have a skirmish.
Never whip it out at the park.
Yeah, I was just gonna say never anybody.
No, never.
What do you
sit
mean?
down on a park bench and whip it out. Okay, just don't.
Yeah, make sure you have.
If you're breastfeeding, then do your thing, girl.
Yeah.
Or unless you have protection
that's
or
a
a case.
really time to do it, lady.
Who wants to see my stream deck?
Did you say unless you have a case?
Surely people are saying that it's great for their kids to take to the grandparents' fuzzy, but like, what kids are going to play PC games?
Fuzzy's kids.
I did.
I mean, Fuzzy's kids. They just built PCs.
No, my
kids want a PC so badly. I think this is such an affordable option for parents whose kids keep asking. I think I came back when Sil was talking about it. Kids keep asking for a PC. I have a 13-year-old. He wants his own PC. I'm not dropping that kind of money for him to have
this would be clutch.
That's something. Not only that, I think like for me, I was kind of like shaking when they announced it, because to me this is a fucking game changer. They just came out and they said, bam, we have PC in your hands. Like this is now a thing. Like it's not, I don't know, you guys have heard my Nintendo rant. Like Nintendo thinks they're hot shit because they fucking hold down this handheld market. Well, Valve just came in and was like, hold my fucking beer, Nintendo. Now you
just smacked them in the face.
I mean, Nintendo got beat by Xbox in June.
In your hands.
But what's important about this too, because there's other like portable PCs per se, quote unquote, right, that you can buy that have been out in the market. But the problem with them is they've always been at a high price point. Like they're literally for your hardcore gamer or people who are into that thing. And
double the price.
What makes this crazy is, where did Valve just get the cojones, the balls to come out of nowhere and drop this at such a competitive price? I mean, even at the entry price, if you were even strapped at for cash or whatever the case might be, I mean, who's to say you can't get some upgradable memory later, or maybe you want to use it docked or whatever the case might be. You're just trying to get onto the scene. And for $50 more than the Switch OLED, like, I don't know, man. I mean, again, like Lady was saying, I mean, and that's like I was saying at the beginning, there's so much potential with this, man. It's almost unlocked and like limitless, literally.
It is.
I mean, again,
it's amazing. I think that like it's fucking game changing. It's game changing to the console community. It's game changing to the gaming community. There's so much that can be done now with this thing. Not only can you hook it up and like play it through your like, you know, your monitor as like a PC, you won't have like as great of fucking specs and shit like that, but it's a capability there. Like it's huge. Like I'm going to steal this from Canada, from Cloud, and say like you could practically get Game Pass if that becomes an option. Say they're going to party up with Game Pass and make this a Game Pass thing. You can hook that up to your monitor, get rid of your Xbox. You can have PC, Xbox, everything from this one fucking device that's.
And guess what? Xbox wouldn't care because you're getting the subscription.
Yes, you're getting the subscription, so they don't even fucking care. Like, I mean, it's just, to me, it's like it was a mind-blowing fucking thing that I wasn't expecting. First off, the specs on it aren't horrible. Like, they're not bad at all. Like, for what it is, like, fuck. Like, I mean, as a Switch player who plays not docked, I play handheld constantly. Like, that is how I play my Switch. I rarely dock it. So a handheld device that can play PC games that it's huge. It's fucking mind-bogglingly huge for the gaming community. And I think that's what like people need to wrap their heads around. Like, dude, this is a fucking huge step. Like, crazy. We have PC like in a screen this big, like Steam. Right there. That's insane.
But if we all agreed, life would be pretty boring, and so would this podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, but that's always what makes it dope, Lupa. But I mean, again, that's what makes the community dope, man. Because at the same time, like, we don't have to come from the same angles, man, and we shouldn't. Again, you're trying to reach the majority, right? And the majority doesn't agree with what we think. But there are going to be people who agree with every single individual one of us, and that just expands it out further and further. Man.
Everybody's different, and everybody should have their own take on it. And it could suit people in certain areas, but not suit other people. Like, I don't go out. I don't leave the house. So I'm not going to play handheld. But like, I've never going to be playing in a small little mobile screen or on a handheld thing when I can play on my 55-inch OLED.
I do it like
Lords Unite.
Sometimes it's just nicer to, because I usually play when I do play on my TV, I'm like in my chair, right? But if I'm like playing on the Switch and I just want to play on the bed, and also like when I'm playing certain games, I don't know, I play handheld. When I play in dock, everything looks blurry. At least for me,
because it's not meant for that.
It's
blatant. It's blatant.
It's a handheld that they attach to the screen to make people think it's a console.
Yeah.
Hands,
I mean, I've
tracks.
got a console in my bedroom also, so I can play in bed or I can play in my couch. You know, it makes no odds to me. That's what I'm saying. But I'm not alone. There are a lot of people like me.
I've heard a lot of people actually, Lupa, agree with you too. I see Rainbow is about to chime in there for a second.
I was gonna say conversely, like my husband's been a gamer ever since he can remember. Has been, you know, amassing consoles since the original Xbox and beyond that. He travels a lot for work, so he has a travel Xbox. He has an Xbox. He has an Xbox S, so that's what he uses, and that's space that he has to carry like everything in luggage. That's, you know, risk to damaging the console and anything else that he wants to take with it. If he got one of these, that would effectively eliminate a lot of that, and that would cut down on a lot of wear and tear and not having to rebuy, you know, consoles or controllers like consistently. But that's, you know, specifically for him. I know a lot of people that travel and like to game and just don't, because it's really not feasible for a lot of people to do that, and this could potentially change things.
Oh yeah, especially when they add, if they add Game Pass. So when they if they add Game Pass to this, definitely a game changer. And the fact that you can, they're actually promoting Nintendo emulators, so you can play Nintendo games on this as well. And with the Steam library, you have PlayStation games. So if you need one place to play all consoles games wise, this is your thing. I'm interested in what the dock mode, what that's going to do for resolution.
No, we don't know much about the dock, so
because I'm looking at the official,
it is going to cost you
site,
extra though.
And it doesn't say anything about upgrading the resolution. It just gives us how many ports.
See, that's one thing.
But
like again,
I did read somewhere that you can use the Switch dock. It can dock in the Switch dock.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, they definitely. I definitely read it.
That sounds crazy.
Switch
That's
it
crazy.
Oh
my god, I'm trying to wrap my head around this loop.
They said you can use any USB dock. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any USB
anything.
dock.
Yeah, you don't have to buy their dock.
Okay.
So
No.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
So I dropped that in there. See, I'm not totally against.
That's fucking fantastic. That's great shit. I actually got one pre-ordered too. So I mean, I just want to say that. Like,
which one did you get?
I didn't get the one that you did. I did the one before. I did the 200 and
the 256?
whatever gigabytes. Yeah, like that was like the middle ground.
I kept trying to get that one and I kept failing, and I was like, maybe if I switch to the other one, and I was like, wait, it has double the space. I'm just gonna. I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna go.
You know, I thought about it because it's only like $100 more, and for me, I don't even know if I'm gonna keep it because it's Christmas time, and that was where I was at, Obi. Like with that one, I could put the SD card in it, so it wasn't too big. It's Christmas time, and that's like fucking crunch money for me. So I'm like, but for $5, if I can get it pre-ordered, and then I have like 4 months to sit there and think about it. If I really
fast.
Then that's cool. I mean, but for me, like it would be huge for me as a gamer, and then huge for my kids who want to play all these Steam games, and I'm like, you're not allowed to fucking touch my laptop. Like that's big for me. So I don't know. But like I said, I have a laptop. That's how I do my PC gaming. I already am portable, but this is even more portable, and it's like controller friendly. That's more my speed, because if it's a PC game and I have to play with mouse and keyboard, I kind of suck. So
and guess what controllers everybody are going to be using?
About the 2 touch pads, the tracking
Xbox
pads.
controllers.
Yeah, Xbox controllers. That's what people are going to be using on this thing.
So I have a question, babe.
Yeah.
Did the one you get come with a dock?
No, you have to buy
the dock's not even released yet.
Oh, so we don't even know the price of that?
No, they have not released the price.
But you could use a Switch dock. That's so weird.
That is crazy.
I'm so just my mind is I'm wrapping my head around.
Here's the thing with the dock, because like, is it just transporting the screen, or are you, because it switched to a more capable screen, are you able to improve the resolution within the game settings?
I would say the fact that you can upload your own like basic windows on it. You could change all the settings yourself and really push it.
Right.
If you wanted to.
You can probably, you can definitely at least get 1080p out of it. I don't see it doing 1440p. You know what I mean? And it being working the way that it's supposed to.
I mean, it is a Zen 2
I can't hear you,
CPU.
Pong.
Yeah, no, there's no official stats, but I've read a bunch of different articles right now that are saying that it can do up to 8K at 60 hertz or 4K at 120.
It says it can also do ray tracing, so
Right.
I have to think about that a little bit more.
So I think you're. I think you're.
I want to hear more info.
I know, but
was that Reddit?
No. A bunch of different gadget sites all had that in there. That's
GitHub.
like part of the spec. So, but my thing is that I think that Mav's probably close to reality, saying that it'll just be you adjust your settings just like you would on a PC to whatever it can handle based upon the game that you're playing, right? So you're going to have basically PC settings that you're going to adjust, because everybody said when they were playing Jedi Fallen Order, they were playing at I think IGN, the ones that got the first hands on, said they were playing at PC high settings. So I think you're going to be able to adjust. Yeah, correct.
Is that because it's like RDNA 2 features and stuff like that? Because it doesn't have a lot of the T-flops. Right. That everybody used to judge these things on, right? But it has other stuff that is cutting edge, right?
Yeah, but when you add in all the RDNA 2 text specs into what this thing could do, I mean, yeah, it's 1.6 teraflops, but being with RDNA 2, it's going to be able to upload the resolution to a higher spec and be able to run more fluidly. Because look at the Switch, it's only a half a teraflop, and
one thing you got to remember also is that right now it might not run games all that great, but as the generation goes on and the devs get more familiar with the new feature sets with RDNA 2, it could get the performance on it could be a lot better than it is day one.
If this sells really well too, you may see some more customized experiences come out from some of these companies tailored for it, right? Were you saying something, Psycho?
Oh no, I was just going to finish up, like, just with all the tech specs and everything that is going to go, experiencing with the PC, you definitely will see graphical difference, especially like Obi-Wan was saying, later down the road, once devs figure out how to run these games with the best resolution and the best graphically that a game can with these specs, it's going to freaking change the market, at least the handheld market. And that right there, if I was Nintendo, I would be scared, giving us just an OLED variant of their handheld, and that's it. So either
I don't agree. I think Nintendo will be fine with.
Yeah, there's so many brainwashed people out there.
Yes, yeah. If you want to play, like subpar games at like 480p, then that's
most kids
Nintendo.
do, baby.
Yeah, well, Nintendo. I am not this. I have seen some of that talk as well. Like for me personally, the Nintendo Switch is not going to suffer because of this thing, just because it's the number one device that parents buy for their kids.
That's all it is.
It's a familiarity, it's a comfort factor. They go to the store, they're buying a console or a system for their kid. The Switch is the most like, okay, that makes sense for us. I'm gonna do that, right?
I mean, I just had somebody at my wife's salon. I was telling them that my kids are playing Forza, like my daughter and son are playing Forza on the screens, and she's like, "Have you guys heard of the Switch? Those are perfect for kids." And I'm like,
Series S, like get a Series S.
No, they have tablets.
I have one
and they
kid
could
who
play that.
loves his. He loves it, but this would blow his mind. He would take it over the Switch. I know it. Like, and Everett loves Nintendo, but he wants to, there's so many, because he watches those YouTube fuckers, like, and they're always playing these PC games, and he's always like, "Mom, I want this game." I'm like, "Buddy, that's only available on PC. I'm sorry." And he's like, "Well, how do I play on PC?" I'm like, "On my laptop," and you're not touching it. So go back to Mario.
It's the same experience we had with our daughter. 100%. Like, she was always like, "Oh, I want to do this on Minecraft," right? But she can't on the
the
console
mods
version.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't even think about mods. Are mods going to be a thing on this? They should be, right?
Yeah, and you don't even have to use the ones that are supported in the community.
Easily.
You can upload your own mods if you want.
Yeah, but I see like little kids are gonna enjoy the Switch, but as kids grow older, the teenage kids, or get into that teenage, you're gonna start looking at this thing and be like, I want this. This is more, I'm more grown up, and being able to play PC games, and you can still run emulators of Nintendo games. What
You also have to worry.
You're not going to miss out,
what
but you're
your
not
kids are
paying
doing
for those
online.
Nintendo games.
Was that Lupa?
Yeah.
You also have to worry about what your kids are doing online. And
I
a
mean,
lot of-
that's
and a lot
regardless,
of people use it as
That's
babysitters.
regardless. That's an Xbox. It's PlayStation. Even
Yeah,
on
that's what I'm
Nintendo.
saying.
They have a
I mean,
mic
have you seen the DMs that you get from these weird bots on Xbox? They're saying like, "Here, come to my website and shit."
Yeah, no, this
Got
is
my
some
wife
weird
looking at me all
I'm
funny,
talking
like,
about
"What are you looking at?"
Nintendo against Nintendo. I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
Nintendo's very good at that.
Nintendo's safe at safeguarding your children, and most people aren't gamers. Like, there's not a lot of parental gamers. Like, your kids are all going to be into gaming and far beyond. And I agree with that.
Kids
but like,
break my heart.
a lot of
but if
people
those kids
just use
want-
them as babysitters, and then Nintendo's safe.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
but
what Lupa's saying, Psycho, though, is too, like, yeah, the kids may want that, but the parents that aren't gamers
That's what I'm saying.
are gonna buy a Switch most of the time, right?
Yeah,
Because
but
it's
if
just the
those
most
kids
easily
want
accessible.
this
I mean,
instead-
it's easy, but it's stupid because fucking they can go on. They're gonna buy a Switch, and then within 2 games, they're gonna be spending as much money as they are on this little handheld PC thing. And then when they could just be buying $2 games on Steam,
Well,
that pays
that's
through the
that's
same shit as
another.
the Nintendo.
That's a
games.
good point, lady. Because if you're talking about value wise, you talk about the lowest version of this is only $50 more than the OLED Switch, right?
Mhm.
And if you talk about like gaming wise, how much more value you can get out of a Steam Deck as opposed to paying for the Switch.
Yeah, the
and then
Steam
the
library
Nintendo.
is fucking huge.
Yeah,
it's infinite almost. I mean,
And with an emulator,
No pun
most
intended.
emulators tend to like improve some of the games, boosting it to like a 60 or 4K or something like that. So yeah, I mean this is really good. And CLoWnZ is in the chat kind of explaining some of the stuff I was gonna say, like dang it, CLoWnZ. But he's
That
basically
chat is
saying
moving.
that everybody's doing great in the chat.
Lady.
Moving.
Yeah,
The
what's
Steam
going
Deck.
on, chat?
He said, I'm just gonna say what he said. He said the Steam Deck is capable of pushing 4K resolution graphics through a connection to an internal whatever monitor natively. The handheld Steam Deck screen is 720p. So yes, it'll have 720p, and when you pretty much put it on a monitor, it can push it to up to 4K. People have to realize some of the specs in it. Like, yes, like Mav was asking me about the teraflops, and I was like, oh, it's kind of low. But if you look at some of the specs, that I believe the Switch is like 4 gigabytes of RAM or something like that. 3.
Yeah, this is 16. Yeah,
This is 16 gigabytes.
And it's a
of RAM,
4x8.
just for comparison.
And you
right?
got the NVMe in there too.
That's why you can't use the teraflops here as like a measurement, because if you are like, look at the RAM, it's way more than the Switch.
Oh yeah.
RDNA 2 is something the PS5 doesn't even have, right? Where we joke about.
Yeah, it's Zen 2, bro. So
yeah,
it's like, yeah, there's so many other benefits, brother. Like it, like there's so many different things that can happen with this, man. And I mean, I don't want to beat it up to death.
Yeah, I agree, and I see Lupa's point. Like, it's just not for her. She doesn't see the value in it, and it doesn't feel like it's something that's needed out there. And then for a lot of us that are looking for this kind of device, it is an exciting thing as well, right? So there's room for both of that too, And I think that I'm just glad I got one pre-ordered. I was battling the bots for like 45 minutes, and finally it went through. It kept telling me I was trying too much. I'm like, well, fuck, then just work once, and I won't try anymore, So then I had to wait and then try again, and then wait and then try again. But eventually secured one, so that was exciting. And I do like the one other thing on this that I want to touch on is the way that they released the pre-orders for this.
Yeah, it's only on Steam. It was perfect. It's perfect.
It was 100% what Xbox should have done, what PlayStation should have done, what Nintendo should do, because you have to pay $5 to reserve the thing, right? And you have to log in with your Steam account. There's a lot of things that are battling against the bots in the gamers' favor here.
Yeah.
So even though it's still challenging, I was able to get one. Right?
I couldn't get one. It kept freaking like every time I did
Gave
it.
up too soon.
Yeah, you did.
But
a
I
lot
had
of
to,
people
to
got
go.
it later. Yeah,
there was
a lot
a
of people got it
trick.
later. Yeah,
there was a trick to do it. You added a game to your cart and then checked out with it, and it would have went through instantly.
Shoot. I had to I was doing it when I was like leaving the
I
house,
got mine really quick. I was right there, so I had mine pre-ordered pretty
it's
quickly.
probably too late to do it now, right? It's probably
I don't know. Well, like they're saying that the availability now is being pushed back to like Q2, like late Q2. Tinks was trying forever, and I didn't see that like little like cheat until like a few hours later, and she was super upset. She's like, "Oh, wasn't able to get any," and I'm like, "Oh, try this," and she went in there and tried it with the game thing, and it worked like instantly. So
a 3-bit, I think I saw it like
Try it 3-bit
on there that today was for like early members, and then on the 18th this opened to everybody. Sunday. So like you have another try on the 18th, but I would try and log in to see if you can get one if you
can probably still order one.
Yeah, it's still the 16th. So
yeah.
But if I order it,
it's in Television Amico, by the way. There's no online with that, so your kids are really safe.
Oh yeah. I think I find value in that as well.
I do.
When does this come out?
It comes
this
out
year?
October the 7th.
December. Yeah.
October the 7th.
The Amico comes out in October. The
handheld comes out December.
December.
Okay.
Steam Deck is December.
Well, like in their defense, they said they're gonna start rolling out in December. So I think it kind of depends on where you're at.
It's gonna go in waves, and it'll be depend on the chip situation and everything else, I'm sure. So
I just hope the scalpers and everything will start focusing on that, so I can finally fucking get a PS5. Okay.
I'm also curious about how it's gonna work for multiple profiles. Like, are you going to be able to have one device and multiple Steam profiles on it, or is it going to be one Steam profile per thing?
And that's a good question, lady.
Steam doesn't work that way, I don't think, does it? Can you share?
I don't know. Well, like
when
you're
you can
logging
share
in,
up to with five people, you can share your entire library with.
Oh yeah. Okay, then
and just
boom.
have different people
like
log in.
like the family thing.
Okay, boom.
That's the
dope.
thing.
So,
I just when you're like buying it and stuff, they were like, "Is this a gift or is it for you?" And like if you went to like try to do the gift, it's like this is only available like it's locked to your profile, or like this is just for your profile. So I'm like, oh, like that
you might be able to sign into other profiles, but it's maybe
I mean they're already selling on eBay for like $2,000.
Yeah, I saw one for 5,000 earlier,
and that's ridiculous because it's not even a reservation. All they're doing is saving your spot to have the potential to buy one.
Yeah.
It's not even like you're really reserved one. You got to go when they actually send you the announcement and say, now I want to buy it and pay for it. You only have a certain amount of time.
Are they doing it in waves? Like, would wave 1 be the people who gets it like when, I don't know, it comes out later this year or what?
Yeah.
The early adopters will get it now.
Because they were pushing it because you could see the date going up as more and more people were doing the reserve today. They kept pushing the date back. That's why I eventually got to Q2 2022 because it started out.
I didn't even know it was just
that. Yeah, it kept changing. So that's what was happening because everybody was ordering the 512. The 512 was the biggest seller today. So by a long shot. So.
I feel like for all the consoles, the Series X and the PS5 and that they should open pre-orders back up and stop having this whole like feed the wolves thing on all the sites. Just open up a pre-order stuff and make a wait list. Like, hey, this person pre-ordered it then, and then you know that you're locked in and
tied to your account.
Yeah, because I saw
you'll get it eventually. You know what I mean?
That said that they'd put a thing on there that you can only get one if you activated your Steam account in the last month and bought a game on it.
It's 48 hours.
It would be perfect for the Xbox to do and the PS5, I guess. And then you got dedicated Xbox fans and PS5 fans getting their consoles.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Xbox.
See, I feel like that's what holds more precedent than anything else. That anybody that has an Xbox account that's active actually has a chance to get a console first, per se.
I mean, at least
PlayStation does that with that PlayStation Direct. You have to have an active membership.
Yeah,
to even
that's
get
how
that
Mav
invite.
he got his today. Because I got the invite because I had an active active account.
Pong Soul became me for a little while.
Yes, I did.
He is. I trusted him with all my information, and he delivered everything. Dude, he's absolutely awesome.
So you're saying is I should sign up for whatever that garbage online service is?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you got to do.
Or PS5.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It costs. I mean, it's like 20. I got it on sale for $25 for the year. I'm just holding my cloud saves is all I'm doing right now at this point. So
I don't even have cloud saves. I've never.
No.
I don't think I've ever.
Well, it's cheap.
Don't worry.
It's cheap.
Well,
at least with Xbox, you can get at least the consoles through the Microsoft Store through your Xbox.
That's how I got mine. I got mine within 2 minutes of them hitting at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, because they did another thing. If you have a Xbox One, you can but you can reserve an Xbox Series X or S as well. They did that a couple months ago. So they're all doing it, but like if they did like a pre-order, like Obi was saying, that'd be fantastic for people that don't have one yet and that want to upgrade their console and finally be able to get one instead of releasing out to the wild and let the bots snatch them all up.
Yeah, facts.
So I mean, the Steam Deck I think is gonna be pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to it for Xbox reasons, you know what I mean? So that's super exciting. But also there's other things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the past a little bit.
Ooh.
The past 7 months, to be clear, because we're about to have like the wave of stuff just assault us month after month here with games. But there was a lot of good games that already came out, right? There was a lot of good games that deserve some praise, and I thought it would be a good time for our 50th episode here. And also, it's a little past the halfway point for the year to kind of give what our first half of the year games of the year are so far. Now, all these may end up changing based on what comes out. I know mine's going to because of one specific game. But there was a special game that I can think of that I want to shout out. So we'll start with Rainbow here. Like, hey, for this year so far, do you have a game of the year that you think stood out above the rest for you?
So I'm weird about things like this.
Okay.
Like mostly I just play a lot of Smite. Is my
that's cool.
Okay.
So like if I'm playing a game like outside of Smite, like if something catches my interest, then I consider it like something, worth checking out or something to take me away from Smite. The only thing that's done that so far for me is a game called Knockout City.
Hey,
just because like it's ridiculously fun. The sound effects like give you like intense nostalgia, and you get to smack people in the face with dodgeballs. Like, what's not to like about it?
That's a good game.
That's my game right now.
Yeah.
Kate, but I also sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's Kate's favorite too.
Oh,
she's getting more alcohol right now.
Hey,
Liddy. The other half of me like enjoying gaming is like I usually just enjoy watching people gaming. It's also kind of why I got into streaming in the first place, is because like I kind of grew up with that. Like, like I grew up in a house. I was the youngest of 3 kids, so my older brother and sister usually ended up playing whatever console we had, and I was usually stuck watching and like helping navigate. So like half of like my nominees for like best game this year would probably be a lot of games I don't even play. Like I've actually really enjoyed watching my husband play MLB this year. Like he's never played any of them before. I think he's like played like a couple of games like here and there, but mostly he's done like a lot of like Madden, NASCAR and stuff like that. But this year, like he actually really got into it. Like he and his brother and his friends, growing up and like in school and like going into high school, they all played so like they've got like that kind of like the element of like nostalgia, like bringing things back, and like they're getting like back into like baseball and like stuff like that they didn't like, that they wouldn't really get a chance to do now because they're all grown, obviously. They're working jobs, and they're leading their own lives or whatever, but having something that they can kind of like link up with and like add into like the rotation of them, like spending time together, hanging out and playing stuff. Like it's fascinating to see like how much like MLB has taken over like what they do like from their day to day.
Yeah, cool. So I'll chalk that up to Knockout City though, because that's pulled you away from Smite. But I agree with you. Watching games is...
I want to ask just a question because I follow Ram, or like we talk, or I see her stuff, but there was that one recently and it totally drew me in. Like I want to get it, but I haven't yet. The Children of...
so that's a game that I'm actually an ambassador for. It's called My Child Lebensborn.
Yeah.
So that game, okay, so a lot of things that I like to play outside of Smite, because this is totally different realm. I like to play games that like evoke empathy and have like an atmospheric like effect kind of thing. This game that I discovered this year, it actually just came out in May. It is a it's described as like a dark Tamagotchi type game. So like it's a game where you are adopting a child of Lebensborn descent, which essentially means that the child has a Norwegian mother and a German father. It takes place after World War II. And so like you're an adoptive parent of a child who essentially goes through a lot emotionally, physically, and you're trying to help this child adjust in this really unfair, unjust world. So like there's like a lot of like heartstrings that pull out, and like there's a lot of situations that maybe if you're thinking
they're hard to deal with.
Yes, they are very hard to deal with. And like as you go on, like it only gets worse. And like there's
that sounds great and not
Dark Tamagotchi was such a good compared, like Dark Comment. That just sounded right. Like from what I read about it, what I saw, what I followed, when you were posting about it, when I saw Dark posting about it, I was like, oh my God, this looks intense, like intense mental kind of game. So I mean, but it was new. It was something that I was like, oh my God, this is something that I've never seen before. I'm sure you've never seen before. A lot of us gamers haven't seen. Very, very niche in the low indie community, like, but getting the word out for something like that can just
that's cool. I like hearing about that. I'm gonna
what you would think on the surface. Yeah, definitely.
It's called My Child Lebensborn?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll check that out.
I think it's My Child Game on Twitter, something like that.
Oh, right on.
I'll shoot you a link after.
Cool.
Hey.
It's intense.
From what I saw, it looked intense. I think I'm gonna pick it up. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm prepared for the mental overload.
Oh, it's on the Switch also.
I think it's on PC, Switch, Xbox,
cross-platform available. I think now.
Okay.
And they also have an educational version that they're using overseas as kind of like a complement, like to like teaching like parts of history, which I thought was also
that's interesting. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I like
it's that. It's bringing under talked stuff to the forefront in the gaming community, and the more people we get to talk about it, I think is the better. And so that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring Rainbow on, because I knew she was doing that, and I was like, gosh, this game looks like something that the community needs to hear about. So
yeah,
that's what's up. I like that.
What about you, Obi? Is it Game of the Year? Chivalry? Oh, okay, I haven't even bought that yet, man. Dang.
Yeah, so far I've spent 50 hours on it. And most of those times it's always been with a friend, either dealer, Zocker, or my wife, or all of us together. I have 40 out of the 41 achievements for it. The last achievement I need is just win 2 more matches at a certain map. The game's fun. It's brutal. It's gory. I love it. It's It's fun. I highly recommend it. It's a good, just mind-numbing medieval battlefield type game. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's one I keep wanting to get, but then it's like I keep playing other stuff and I'm like, am I gonna be able to put the time into it? But I like games like that, so I don't know why I haven't gotten it yet. But that's...
yeah, it looks incredible. And it works, it plays well. There's some times where I wish I could just walk around the map more, but it's 32v32 players, and yeah, you don't want to wander far.
Cool, man.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I'm actually like, by just you saying that's your game of the year so far, that's really intriguing for me. I
mean, I've played a lot of old games this year, and I can't count Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and
yeah,
I dipped my toes in the Cyberpunk and turned it off, and then what other game? Witcher 3. I went back and started playing that again.
Nice. Yeah, awesome, dude. And that's getting another update at some point that they announced it. I don't know when it's coming.
Yeah.
And all right, so Steel, dude, what about you, man? Game of the year so far for 2021.
Game of the year so far, I'm gonna give it to Mass Effect 2, the GOAT. And I'm only going to say that because
remake.
I never
played
it.
That's what I was going to say.
Never played Mass Effect.
Yep.
When Mass Effect, I know Mass Effect. There was a lot of hype for Mass Effect when it came out. Don't worry, I got an actual one that I'm gonna pick too. But more so, it was such an iconic thing for me. I was able to actually experience what everybody kind of hyped up. It was one of those things where it was like, is the hype real for this? So I played through an entire series, and to be completely honest, from top to bottom, whether you say 1, 3, 2, it really doesn't matter. Each game is a great within its own right. Just 2 is the better one overall. But if I really had to pick a game of the year right now, even though I'm still currently playing it, I'd probably say Scarlet Nexus. I'm thoroughly enjoying Scarlet Nexus and everything that is bringing. The art style, the gameplay, the combat. I'm a heavy combat focused kind of guy. So when you're able to expand it the way they do in there, also with their team abilities and everything, it's been a great experience, and I like those anime style games. It kind of has me more interested to see what Tales of Arise is going to bring. Shout out to Pong. I know he's hyped for that one too. Yeah. So it's like it kind of just opens that mindset for me as far as what anime styles are going to be. Those kinds of games coming to the West, because that's something that's always been lacking. And seeing that also do, because it's also charting in MPD, I believe it's in the top 5, which is also crazy to see that it's getting the love I feel it should get. And again, it has a versatile story. Give you a perfect situation. When me and Pong first started playing, and I hit Pong up and I was telling him about, because he plays as the female and I typically play as a guy in any game that I play anyway. And the different experiences we were already having. So that showed me in the beginning that there was depth. And I didn't even play the demo because I had already kind of sold myself on the game. Like, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to invest in it anyway. And it's been everything and more for me. And if I wasn't playing Black Desert Online right now, I'd probably be playing that.
Video freak.
Right on, dude. That's good stuff there also, man. All right, so Kate, I don't know if you heard.
Call me by my name.
Okay, baby, fancy. I don't know what you want me to say.
Call me fancy.
Sexy,
kitty fuck.
Psycho.
When you were out getting another alcoholic beverage, Rainbow said that her game of the year so far would be Knockout City. So
I heard that.
That's her shit.
I'm curious what yours is though.
Well, I thought about this earlier, and it's definitely It Takes Two.
Hey,
same.
Okay.
Definitely same. Big same.
I don't usually play like the single player, but the story.
Yeah.
I usually strictly play multiplayer, and that was amazing. Like, we had so much fun with that.
Mm-hmm. It was an experience for sure.
He said it was an experience. That doesn't sound like
Yeah, what the hell does that mean? What does that mean?
A good
Sorry,
experience,
man,
a great experience.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's more.
It was great times.
What I mean by that, for me, because I agree, it's my game.
You better be careful right now.
It's my game of the year as well. Okay.
Oh my god, fuck this guy.
It goes beyond just for me. It goes beyond just like, okay, hey, that was a really fun game to play, right? That was like something I'm going to remember playing.
No, exactly.
That's
you didn't even let me like finish, but okay.
I just chime
Man,
in.
don't you hate when your wives get on here and just ridicule you?
No, she's just
usually
putting her
warranted.
foot down.
They think it's
Lupa,
funny.
Lupa knows, and Psycho. My wife does the same shit.
What does your wife get on and ridicule you too?
Dude, that was a great freaking night. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
I feel your pain right now, Mav. Just roll
hey,
with the punches.
This is light.
Fuck them all.
I'm the boss.
Go in the other room, give her a kiss, tell her she's right.
Guys, tune in tomorrow night for the Mav and Fancy Show. It's our premiere of a brand new show coming on to Fun Speculation YouTube channel.
Is this going to be your version of the Smith's Red Table or wherever the hell it was?
Oh no!
With Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
They get into like serious deep shit there, man.
Yeah,
like I don't want to do that.
No, we're gonna see.
don't want to get into
across
deep
from her
shit.
trying not to cry.
We're gonna sit across from the table from each other.
No, he'll cry after.
Yeah. Sit at the Xbox table. No, it'll be fun on Saturday though. So check that out, 6 p.m. Eastern, guys, because we're gonna have some fun.
Check it out. That's dope.
Yeah, that's my favorite game though.
Yeah.
It was all right. I wish I would have played it with someone else.
We should have played it together.
We should have.
I thought an experience was like a good thing to say.
Well, I mean, no.
And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing to say, Mav. Let me just put that out there right now. Like, if it was like, you're having fucking like you're having sex with somebody and you're like, oh, did you like it? And she was like, that was an experience. Like,
I mean, like,
could be a good thing
the
though.
wrong way too.
I mean, like, okay, like, no, guys, it was
a little dry.
Damn right. We're gonna do that next time.
Just that.
Are we talking about dinner here or?
Oh God!
It depends on how you eat it.
Whoa!
Jeez, guys. Okay. All right, now, what I'm saying is, it wasn't.
Oh my God!
It wasn't just great. It was more than that. It was.
It was great.
It
wasn't just great.
Are you saying it gave you feels?
Ooh.
Yeah, it gave me feels. I felt it. I felt it deep.
Deep within.
I wouldn't say that on air if I were you.
His feels were deep in them.
I can't wait for tomorrow night.
Let's
go.
I enjoyed I
I
enjoyed playing this game with you so much. Actually, it was a memorable experience. That's what I should say. Memorable experience.
That's better.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Don't worry,
I'll
Mav.
take
Us
it too.
dudes-
As her
us
backup, I don't
dudes
even know
knew
why
what
I'm her
you meant.
backup, but I'm gonna take it.
Hey, I
as well.
need you.
Us dudes didn't overanalyze what you said. We got it.
Okay. Thanks, man. All right. All right.
Don't put me.
I don't like this men energy thing going on here.
Let Mav keep digging
Communicate
himself a
and
hole.
ladies.
Seriously,
Can
that's
we-
the
Hey,
best
man,
part of the show.
I'm handing in the show. They pull him out.
We need to tell you guys there are 4 of us tonight. You are pushing your boundaries too far.
I think we're gonna have Obi back every week.
You all agree.
You know.
Obi back
Keep
next
Obi in my
week.
back pocket, you know. All right. The extraordinary AssassinLupa. What was your game of the year for 2021?
Well, it takes 2
Yeah.
because I played it with Psycho, my good old buddy over there, mellow fellow on crack.
It took a while, but we
Yeah,
got
it
to
took a while.
We
Did
got
you cheat
there.
on him with Noof?
Was
Because he
it-
was taking
was
his
it
phone?
an experience?
No, I completed it with Psycho first. I played a
okay.
level with Dealer in
Okay.
between.
Oh boy.
And then I played
Goes for the
with
big boys,
Noof,
doesn't it?
and we completed. Now with Psycho, I played as the male, and with Noof, I played as the female. So 2 different perspectives. Really, really good game. Does hit you in the feels,
Mhm.
and it's really a really memorable experience as much.
See? I
Oh,
told you.
I
told you.
No,
Yeah, that was
memorable
memorable for her,
was
too.
fine.
It was an
An
experience.
experience.
No, it was
experience.
The way
a
he
good
said that,
time.
fuck
We
that.
laughed
Don't-
so much. It was so funny and also very sad in places and also very realistic in places.
Mhm.
And you know, it was just a really, really good fun time with friends and you couldn't beat it. But I did also enjoy playing an awful lot of Doom Eternal and also Immortals Phoenix and
Hey.
some Hollow Knight as well, which I also love. So yeah, they're sort of like below It Takes Two in the experience. But looking forward to Death's Door and The Ascent. Really looking forward to those two games. So should be good fun time. And there's so many games coming, I can't name them all. So
That's a fact.
Heck yeah.
that's my game of the year. It Takes Two has to be.
Lady.
It Takes Two as well. I think that game is up there in like my top 5 games ever played. I just think that it covered so much of everything. It had the co-op fun, the atmosphere was amazing, the sound was fucking on par, voice acting, everything was just so good that I can't give it anything less than in my top 5 where it's at. Plus I got to play with 3-bit and that was just such an amazing experience in itself.
Hey.
She's an amazing experience.
Amazing experience. I didn't say it was an experience. No, it's really one of those games that I just really have enjoyed. I will say, other than that, Mass Effect, I mean, I definitely enjoyed that. What I've played of it, I have a really hard time finishing games. I don't know if anybody knows this, but it's hard for me. It's not easy. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. There are games that are coming out later this year that I am so excited for that I think will probably become my game. This is my mom. She's bringing me alcohol right now. Hi, Mom.
Hey.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Turn down the hood. Let's get into the good parts.
I know. But yeah, there's games that are Coral Island. I think that's going to probably take my game of the year just for what it is. I don't know if anybody out there is interested in those kind of like farming simulator type of RPG life fucking sim games, but that game looks like it's going to be top notch life sim. So look it up because it's probably going to take over my world in 2 months. 2 months. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you told me about that game a couple times, I think.
I talk about it a lot, I think. Yeah. I don't even know what it is, and I'm excited for it, so.
Right on. Hey, 3-bit, what's yours, bro?
Yeah, It Takes Two, for sure. Like, that game, I mean, people could look at all the crap me and Lady did. It was like, we did, like, dick drawings and freaking...
That's the best
experience.
Hold on. Can I pause you for 2 seconds? Just because I was watching Mythic Quest last night. I just started watching the show. It's on Apple TV, where they're like the devs of the game and stuff like that. It's hilarious. But like the girl has a shovel and she wants to put the shovel into the game. And somebody was like, oh, I don't remember the acronym, but they were like, how long is it going to take for somebody to draw a penis? With that thing? And they're like, it only takes like 10 seconds. You give somebody a fucking pin in a game and they're going to draw a penis. And I was just like, oh my God, are we that unoriginal?
No, it took us like friggin' 2 hours. Like, look at the stream. It's like 2 hours. We're like, oh, we got to make it sure it's detailed and it's even. And anyway.
It was bad.
Even. And 3-bit's a game dev too. So when he plays a game, that's even the first thing he thinks about.
Well, the thing is, like, Lady also likes to try and find everything, like every nook and cranny, but it also made me want to do it too. So it was like one of those games that was just, it was like amazing. I love how different it was for like a co-op game, how you can see like both sides of the screen, right? And we pretty much like work together. She had a lot of the jumping puzzles. I had more of like the
that's bullshit too.
Yeah,
I fucking suck at jumping.
That's
like
the only
Lady was
thing I
saying.
failed on, that tower.
Oh gosh,
Oh
that
my
tower.
God. If
Yeah.
I just want to take that tower fucking video that we did and like post it on like.
That's the only achievement I didn't get was that damn tower.
I've never been more mad with 3-bit. And we were both so drunk, and it was so fun. Like, I showed him how to do it, and then he did it before I did, and then I was just so salty.
I was like, oh,
so
thank
mad. So mad.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like that game, I'm looking forward to whatever whatever game that developer makes afterwards. Like I'm down, just because it seems like with each iteration of like the co-op genre, he's like pushing that genre forward, and it's great when you can do co-op games like this and where it's story based, in a sea of multiplayer games where it's becoming like the norm, right? And it like, even with Kate, when she was saying it offered her an experience that she really enjoyed, and she barely plays like campaign games, right? But I just think that game was really easy to jump into, just because of like the puzzles, the pacing. Each level was like unique and beautiful. Like you would go into like a kid's like ball pit, to skating and going underwater. It had like so much variety in the levels too. So yeah, that's gonna be my game of the year for a while, unless something else, like maybe Halo might take it, because you guys know how much I love Halo. But
oh yeah,
it's definitely up there for me, and I hope it wins something or gets recognition, because I think
it should. It definitely should.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
Psycho, what's your game of the year, bro, so far?
So far, it's Scarlet Nexus for me.
Yeah.
I'm loving that
good?
game.
It's a good game.
It's in your intro, lady.
I shouldn't play it.
It's phenomenal.
I know it's my intro.
It's in the intro.
Being able to freaking have like 2 different stories being told from different perspectives of each character is just brilliant for me. Right now, I'm still playing as the male character. I forget his name, Yuito. So it's fantastic, and I can't wait to then play as, is it Kasami or
Kasane?
Kasame.
Yeah.
I've been watching so much anime. The game's been fucking mixing up on me.
Hey, don't worry, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, baby.
But yeah, that game's freaking fantastic, and I'm loving it. The gameplay and the mechanics of the fighting aspects are just so freaking good. And I'm just hearing from other people saying, wait till you get later in the game. The combos get so much more fluid. Yeah. And it just, I'm like, if the combat gets even better, I'm having a blast now. I can't imagine what the combat's going to be like towards the later end of the game. So, of course, Halo for me could change that for game of the year. That game is looks amazing, and Halo always has a special place in my heart, because that's what got me back into gaming in general, was Halo on the OG Xbox. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah.
And I guess we gotta let Pong pick one too.
Okay, all right, I'll pick one. I know there's been a lot of great games this year so far. I mean, again, I play older games too, so I'm all over the place. You guys know me. I don't finish games on a regular basis. So, it has been what it is, but, Mass Effect Legendary Edition was fantastic. Biomutant was excellent. Still playing through that. Absolutely fantastic. But I do have to go with Scarlet Nexus as well. Scarlet Nexus is unbelievable. And what Bandai Namco has going on right now is something really, really special. There has not been a challenger. There's been challengers here and there, but as far as from a whole kind of company standpoint, there's not been a challenger to Square Enix for quite a while, as far as, with Dragon Quest and obviously Final Fantasy. But Bandai Namco, between this new IP and Tales Arise, is the way it's looking. Good. And because it's, a lot of the same team that has done Scarlet Nexus, the battle system in that looks fantastic. If they pull that one off too, Bandai really, really is showing up this gen so far. And I like the direction they're going in. Scarlet Nexus is simply the most beautiful anime game I have ever played. And I've played a lot through the years. But this game, graphic wise, what they did on the Unreal Engine 4, again, just top notch. I love the style. I love everything, how they pulled it off. Again, the combat system with, all the different types of effects that you can use. Again, there, I don't know how to explain it. I know some people are turned off by the anime style because you get kind of the breakup in the story. You get the little, slide.
It's like a manga style.
It is. It's a total manga style, and I understand why some people don't appreciate that. Again, anime is not for everybody. Manga is not for everybody. I get that fact, but again, just from a pure game standpoint, when you get into this, and like Psycho was alluding to, and I don't think I'm even as far as Steel is. I think I'm just behind him. But as you progress in this game, the way the game evolves and how your character evolves, and even the story itself, there is some twists in there. They're like, what? Wow. Okay. All right. Now you got me sucked in. It starts off a little slow. It starts off a little kind of, samey as with most kind of anime styles. But when you get into this game, there is something extremely special about it. So I got to say Scarlet Nexus is up there. MPD numbers are showing it. Hopefully it's got legs. It was number 6 on PlayStation. It was number 6 on Xbox, which is huge. Again, shout out to the Xbox community for showing up. A lot of people were worried about this game because it wasn't going to be on Game Pass. Well, guess what? There's a huge group of RPG players, JRPG players on Xbox as well, even though people like to downplay it and say there's not. And they showed up for Scarlet Nexus, which is going to be big for the future. And I love to see it. Scarlet Nexus is definitely my game of the year.
Xbox has marketing rights on that game too, which makes me think at some point it probably will be in Game Pass.
What makes it so crazy too is if they made a Scarlet Nexus 2, how it's set up now, you can definitely tell that they did some of it for budget reasons, like the fact that not all of it's animated, because there are certain parts of the story that are animated. But what also adds to it is every character is voiced. You're not reading. You can read it, but that's something that's a turn on for me, just because when that happens in a lot of these anime style games or the JRPGs where they force you to kind of read through the story, and that turns a lot of people off. Whereas in this, you just kind of kick back, listen, really kind of pay attention. And then the combat comes up and you're fully entrenched in the combat from the moment to moment gameplay, and it holds you very well, at least.
The character designs on top of it still work. The voiceovers work with the character designs, which doesn't always happen in these types of games. They did a great job matching voices, even the English voiceovers to the character, which is, again, just doesn't happen all the time. And the enemy designs are so unique, really good. Just throughout, just everything, they kept it. Even the pacing itself, like I said, it starts out slow. Once you get into it, the pacing is very well done. Everything just fits together. It doesn't, it just really never misses a step once you get into it. And that's what I'm
still in that early portion of it, and I need to get past that,
or whatever the case might be. But it just,
we lost the stream.
Oh, did we?
Oh, I thought we did too. I thought it was just me though.
No,
it doesn't. It says that we're connected.
I was about to say
it was definitely gone and then it came back.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Lupa. That was weird. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even know. But what I was saying about Scarlet Nexus. Lost my train of thought.
I think you're hitting it, Steel, with the budget thing. I think with the new IP, they didn't put everything. Like they didn't give it everything that they could have, because it is a new IP, so there was kind of a
potential is there.
Yeah, the potential is there. The follow up to this on let's say Unreal Engine 5. Oh, good God. Yeah.
All right, guys. So hey, our games of the year, lots of awesome stuff. It seems like we had a lot of Scarlet Nexus, a lot of Mass Effect, and a lot of It Takes Two, and then a Chivalry 2, and then Knockout City, and then also Child of Lebensborn. game.
Oh, good job doing that right.
Hey, I like it. There you go.
And I saw a lady put the link to that game in the chat because that is a like
Didn't it go right?
check that out if you're
under the radar like release, right? So it sounds pretty cool though. Yeah, there's some other stuff.
It worked.
It did
the
work.
link worked, lady. Yeah.
There's
real,
some other
real
stuff.
quick, Mav.
Yep.
Rest in peace to Biz Markie.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Again,
yeah.
Okay,
for everybody probably knows who Biz Markie is, especially the older crowd. For me, it was he was big time. Just a Friend was an anthem for a good solid summer. So shout out to Biz. So and
you
his
say
family.
he's just a friend.
RIP.
All right. 100%, man. Thanks for mentioning that because I meant to actually say that earlier, but I completely forgot. All right, guys. So there's also we've had 2 kind of semi-high profile game delays this past week. It seems like it's kind of that season, right, where we're getting like, okay, what's all gonna get pushed out to next year, right? And we got Rainbow Six Extraction. Also Warhammer Darktide. And then the other thing I found interesting is the other day Crossfire X got an update and they mentioned, oh, the game's coming this year, but there was still no mention of the single player at all, right? So I'm wondering if that's possibly being pushed back to next year because we haven't had an update on that from Remedy at all. So guys, game delays, I mean, it's not really a big deal to me, but like, do you think we're going to see even more of this going forward? I don't want to see it. The Rainbow, I know I asked you first on the Game of the Year thing, so you've kind of had to hang out when we get through everybody's stuff. Or were you excited about any of the games that got pushed back, or do you think maybe this is going to continue?
Well, that's the thing. I actually don't have interest in the games that have been pushed back, but as a general rule of thumb. Well, no, it's not even like a diss. It's
I'm
just
right
like
there with you though.
I only like have enough time to be excited and invested in like certain games. So like in the general sense of things, like I don't mind when games get pushed back because I'd rather them take more time and get it right before and have more time to work with or mold or finalize whatever instead of releasing it being janky as hell and then it's just constant like cycle of complaints and bugs and everything else. Pretty much how it is now. Like I'm from a time where like you had to wait years for games to come out. There weren't any betas, there weren't tests, there weren't demos or any of this stuff. So like for me, like when these things get pushed back, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah. Then in my head I'm like looking at like the 400 other games that I have and it doesn't add up to me to be like upset about games getting pushed back when I've got so many that I don't even play now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It makes sense. Like this is something like I was kind of a little excited to play both of them, but there's so much stuff to play. Like for anybody to get like upset that much about any one game, which you can actually see in like some of the comments and stuff, even like on these things, it's like there's some people that are just like, I don't get the mentality. Yeah, I mean, I don't get that mentality of like, oh my god, you screwed us over. Like it's a game that you have the option to buy when it comes out. It's just completely up to them, right? They're not like doing you a favor by releasing the game. You know what I mean? Like
like I get getting like upset or disappointed that something is like coming out like I thought it would be. But like just to go out and just
be angry,
project all that anger onto somebody else because of that, like come on.
Yeah, like last year when Halo Infinite was delayed, right? It was like, oh dang, that sucks, right? I want to play it, but it's not like
I still want to play it right now.
Screw you, yeah.
It's not gonna go away either, right? If you have that desire, like that's gonna stay there. It's like yes, more news is gonna make you more excited about it, but it's not gonna take away like the whole reason like why you want to play it.
Facts.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. I heard you trying to chime in there, Lupa. What were you saying?
I was just saying I agree with Rain because, like, the game's going to be better the longer it takes. Yes, if they give you a date, they're stupid. They should just say it's going to be out next year, and then you just wait till it drops. What's
we just
the problem?
say in a year or so.
Yeah,
That's what I hate. I hate this whole date thing. Like, let me know when it's ready. You would avoid so much flack if you just hype your game up. Don't give me a date and let me know when it's ready to release. 6 months out, like Bethesda does, like ZeniMax does with a lot of their games. I just feel like that's more like, don't you think you would avoid so much more bad marketing or bad mind share if you did it? Yeah, but publicity, like, why even face that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I know you have to, at the end of the day, still market your game. You still have to sell it. You still have to get people interested in it. But I feel like there's so many other ways to do that versus putting it in a bad light and then people don't want to play your game. I mean, that's kind of the whole thing right now. Accessibility has become such a main factor in a lot of people's mindsets right now. And I mean, at least for me, it's always been that. Where am I getting my games at? How am I going to be able to access my games? And how good is the service where I'm accessing those games at? You know what I mean? So so many variables that go into it now that kind of
sometimes when developers put a game out when it's not ready, or when they basically I guess release it really early, like a trailer or a teaser, sometimes it will help internal developers or the upper staff fund the game. Or gives it more see what public perception is a lot of the time,
like the investors.
Investors, it kind of
sometimes
it's all about that. And
they want to see what the reaction is to
they're seeding interest is what they're doing, right?
That's okay, they can do that, but don't you need to give us a date today? They could just give us a trailer and
alpha,
say, look,
beta, demo tests and stuff like that, and just extend it. That's actually a game that I'm interested in right now. It hasn't fully come out, but I've been playing demos and tests like as they've been rolling them out, and it hasn't diminished my interest in playing the game at all. Like, I'm actually more excited to see like stuff that's changed like from update to update, because like I'm still playing the game. I'm interested like in the base like idea and the mechanics, and every time they add or update, it's like going back through and like comparing notes. So like it's more of like a personal like investment.
That's how my wife
before
is
you actually
Grounded.
play the game.
Yeah, my wife is just like that with Grounded. Like Grounded is still technically what in its beta, or you know what I mean?
Still in beta for another year at least.
And my wife, every time an update drops, she'll put another 20 to 40 hours in it, and then she'll wait for the next update. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I love it. It's a really good game. It's really fun to play. It's easy going. It's not too stressful, and it's an enjoyable game. And I love the fact that we can give the devs feedback. And tell them what the problems are so they can iron them out. So when it releases in its 1.0 state, it's going to be an awesome game.
Right. It'll pull the attention of the people that might have been interested in it, but didn't want to play it until it was a full game. And there's a lot of people that are like
quite
that.
A few like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people who are like that. I just feel, and that's just a positive way to go about it. I mean, everybody wants to make their own vision, and again, that's why there's games like Dark Souls or any other game that you could possibly come up with, especially story-based games, to where that's the focus. But at the end of the day, when you have games that you're kind of trying to live off the longevity of the game, you want your crowd's opinion, right? Make sure that you're making.
And also, if all of the community are picking up on different little bugs, little problems that are an issue, then hitting out updates that will just change some of the way you play the game, or they'll just mend silly bugs like your tadpoles floating on top of lily pads and your spiders being up in the middle of the air. But also the fact that, oh no, the ants still have a sign over them saying that they've stolen your goods when you've already got it back, or you killed them or whatever. So the thing is there's all these little tiny bugs that are being picked up by the community that are then giving you a better game overall. So you can still start from scratch when the game releases if you want to, or you can carry on with your base builds, etc. later on as well. You can just either carry on or you can start a new game. And they've got this creative mode with bugs where the bugs don't do you any damage, and you can try and learn to fight them, and you can learn to beat the spiders, and you can learn to do all sorts of things and build in there without any potential danger.
Right.
Which is also a really good thing.
I had to start my save over on Grounded, so I have to redo everything. So
I know that was sad because me and Psycho play it quite often.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna
Psycho
go.
had really built an awesome base.
I know. Well, this time around, we're gonna build the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yes, I'm
Hey.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Because we get mushroom bricks now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to now building a completely new base in a new area, because I've built my main base slap bang in the middle of the pond. So I've got a great big runway leading to it with big gates so nothing can get in. And I've got this enormous place in the middle of the pond, like. So, and then I've got 3 others around the map. But like, yeah, it'd be nice to build with those bricks when it's Psycho, and put some feather roofing on. And I mean, they're bringing out some awesome stuff, and soon we'll have the roly-poly bugs, won't we? The pill bugs, and getting your armor and something as well, and black ants.
Well, hopefully, no, it'd be cool. Being with the roly-poly bugs, you get armor, or if they make wheels, so you can have a fucking car.
Yeah.
You drive around.
Well, even a cart, anything. So like you have to push it uphill, but you get in it and roll downhill. That would be awesome.
I have to give a shout out to the chat to somebody for 2 reasons. He said because of the show that he went out and bought Scarlet Nexus, which is awesome.
Hey.
But also
That's
because I
nice,
just want to
Dr.
say the
Dinglenut.
name because it's an awesome name.
It's an awesome name.
Dr. Dinglenut.
Hey,
enjoy
Dr.
Scarlet
Dinglenut.
Nexus, Dr. Dinglenut. Shout out to you. Yeah, Blue Moon, Lupa is so cool. She helped me out. Yeah, Lupa is awesome. Yeah, and a good points there, Lupa, as well. Obi, like game delays, you're not disappointed, as you said, right?
No, never disappointed in a game delay. Usually always for the better.
Nice.
Never be mad about it. There's always something to play in your backlog.
Yeah, unless it's scale bound, then yeah, it's a different story.
I wish I could delete that word from
Delete the
everyone's
word.
vocabulary.
Lady still has hope.
Yeah, it would be good.
I am sorry, but Scalebound is making its comeback. It's gonna
No.
happen, and then when it happens,
Dead
I am
game.
going to just like fucking
Dead
pop up and be
game.
like,
Dead
"Oh my god, it's happening!"
I guarantee you.
Sorry for bringing that up.
Sorry, it might
Phil
not be
Spencer
called
said out
Scalebound,
loud.
but it is gonna be the
If
same
it's not
exact
called
fucking
Scalebound, you
premise.
can't
Then
claim
it's
it.
dead. No,
Period.
you
No, I
can't,
will. I will
lady.
fucking claim it.
No, you can't.
I
Get the
guarantee
fucking
you
happen.
that Phil.
It'll be
Phil has
bound
the word-
scale, and I'm gonna be
Pound
like,
scale.
Downscaled.
I have that
Upscaled.
word blocked
Downscaled.
or muted on
Bound
Twitter,
scale.
You really-
and then I guarantee
It's a
that Phil
thing.
has that
That
word
game
muted on
had
Twitter, too.
everything going for it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened?
Phil actually
He'll
said
never
out
want to
loud
hear that
now,
name
scale
again.
bound is
Platinum made that awesome
non-starter.
game.
Yeah, the game didn't even look good. I mean, it's
No,
just
it
because it was
didn't.
The
canceled.
game
it's-
had a great fucking premise, though.
It was like Jet
headphones
Set
and
Radio riding a dragon.
headphones and dragons. Yep.
Yeah, you were Dante with a
I
dragon.
love
What do you
dragons.
mean?
I mean, it's when Dre beats were popular, and then look, dragons.
Yeah,
No, you were
it's like
Dante with a
Jet Set
dragon.
Radio, Obi, riding a dragon.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
I think
thing.
they were
You wouldn't
trying
even
to.
have radio headsets
I'm gonna
riding
go
a dragon. They
fucking
weren't around.
ride a dragon.
They're
Yeah, I was looking forward to that game.
Not a
Don't-
bad
Yeah,
I have to
facts.
say, I
A
really
bad
wanted to
dragon,
ride dragons.
but-
to
It's
be
gone
fair.
now.
I was
Yeah,
gutted.
it's gone. It's out.
And the
It's
other one I
time.
was gutted about was
time to let it go.
Fable Legends.
Yeah.
I was so gutted about Fable Legends.
You were upset about Fable Legends because that looked
Oh,
way
hell
shittier
yeah.
than
No.
fucking.
I
I love Fable, and like,
Yeah.
what the fuck was that?
I was so
It had better
gutted
CGI
by Fable
cutscenes.
Legends not being ended up being a game because the studio died as well, and that, was so
the
sad.
worst part.
Yeah,
about
I want
the Fable
Milo to
Legends
come back.
thing.
I want
So,
Milo.
Yeah,
As
Should
promised.
Nintendo people be upset that
You're gonna
they
go-
do the same thing with Metro Prime? It's never coming.
No, it,
Jeez.
I don't
We got
think it
Metroid
is.
Dread.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's great.
Which was
2D
promised
side
20 years
scroller.
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it couldn't be done any time other than on the Switch.
They had to
It's
wait
so
for the tech
powerful.
to catch up.
That's right.
Psycho.
Yeah,
They had to wait.
Switch
for
is
the
so
tech to get to the
powerful.
point. You know, much like Starfield, Metroid Dread was the same. They had to wait.
It's an excellent game.
We got a $10 super chat from KY Bob. Thank you. Appreciate that, sir. He says, 50 episodes in. Don't see this train slowing down. A great show on a great channel with an awesome community. Dude,
KY
you're,
Bob, no jelly.
You're awesome as well, dude. Thank you so much, bro.
Go Browns, KY Bob. Go Browns.
Okay, I have a question.
Super
How
Bowl.
the hell do you at KY?
I don't know.
You can't
you
use that
hit-
dot.
you hit
If that
capital
dot was
space
a dash,
K
You have
it's
to-
okay, but that
You gotta
No,
copy.
I've tried everything.
Oh, damn,
you
really?
can't.
It doesn't
You have
work.
to-
Basically, I
copy
just
the-
put a dash where the dot is, Caitlin. and
Copy
then I
his
just-
name, Psycho. Is
Yeah.
that what you gotta
Yeah.
do?
I can't.
That's
I
it.
tried. You guys see me in chat?
Copy
Yeah.
the name.
Cabo. That's what we're gonna go with.
Also have
Cabo.
the same problem.
It's that dot. I've said to him a million times, we change that dot to a damn dash, please.
Please.
Oh, Last
Do it for
Emperor
the
showing off with
people.
the dots.
I
Yeah,
have to
see?
write it out every time in capital letters. K-Y-
Well, Hellboy just put a bunch
space
of dots. Or those asterisks?
Yeah, he was just showing off. That's all he's
Oh,
Yeah,
doing.
he's
okay.
showing off because, like, if you normally do dots, it just comes up little dots like that.
I don't
Can't make
understand.
big
That's
dots.
magic. That's magic. I don't have that capability on
That's
this keyboard.
wizardry, Harry.
No, I don't have that capability on my keyboard, which is I've told him this for a long time.
What is that dot button? How do you do
Yeah,
that,
where
so
is-
I can add KY Bob?
Yes, where is the dot, Bob?
Bob, we
I
need,
want the
Ta-da.
dot.
your name KY
How do you
Bob
even
should come
put
with
the dot
instructions.
in? Like, I just don't.
Got
Copy and
it.
paste. Copy and paste. That's it.
Yeah, but how
Oh, I
did
can't
he
be
do
asked
it?
with
How
all
did
that
he
in
do
the
it?
podcast.
Look at
I
all
can't
this.
do that.
free
On your-
being
on
with
your
that,
cell-
pub-
your
It's a
cell
whole
phone?
fucking topic now. How do we
Your
die?
cell phone, you could do it from the cell phone.
Oh,
Dude.
it's on mobile.
Oh,
We
okay.
were
Yeah,
from
you could do it from a cell
scale bound to
phone, but you can't
KY
do it
Bob. Really?
on a
Okay,
laptop.
and then we can go to KY Jelly next. Let's go.
No,
No!
Hey, I
No.
told you it's a dot on mobile. I knew it. Change
got
it
it.
to a dash, Bobster.
The Bobster.
Hey,
Thank you, Bob.
Chris says just hit all the keys at once.
Call me
I don't
Mr.
recommend this.
Bombastic.
All right, so one other thing that
Obi's showing off now. Stop it, Obi.
one other thing I wanted to talk about before we
See
get
why
out of
his
here,
wife
guys.
gets mad with him.
Yeah, Obi.
God.
Hey, by the way,
You wanna see
Obi,
my bruise from
speaking
last
of
week?
happy
Perfect
anniversary, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, happy
Yay.
anniversary.
Anniversary?
Obi.
Excellent.
Well, not today. I'm not
Excellent.
that asshole that's on a podcast during my anniversary.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
It's tomorrow.
She might kill you. She might kill
In
you.
my case today, because it's already Saturday by 4 hours. But for
Yeah.
Obi, it's tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, so that's what's up, man. Hell yeah.
But that wasn't the last thing I wanted to talk about before we before we get out of here. I want to talk about Phil's comments on the Xbox controller.
Okay,
Because
Yes, baby.
he had mentioned during, I think it was during another podcast when he was a guest or something. When,
Yeah, kind of funny.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was
Yeah,
kind of, there you go. It's kind of funny.
Kind of funny. Yeah, I watched
And
that.
they were asking him or something, and he was mentioning like when he sees like the PS5 controller and the haptics and stuff that they have going on there, he said that seems like something that we would like to maybe do or something like that. In a roundabout way, he's basically trying to say that, hey, we're looking at adding maybe this functionality to our controllers or something in the future, right? I don't know what to make from that, but
no.
Personally, I'm for it. Like, I don't have any issues. I see a bunch of shaking heads here. No, but
no.
I love the Series X controller. I think it's like pretty much perfect. But the one thing that everybody keeps telling me about the DualShock or the DualSense, I'm sorry, is when they try it, they really like the haptic stuff with the triggers, and it feels kind of different and unique and new. So, hey, would it be a downside to have that as an option in a series controller in the future? Yes. Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
No.
I do not want to be shooting at you buggers in Halo and have my gun jammed because my trigger won't work.
Well, if it's
No.
an option though, right? Like if it's an
No,
option.
I don't want it. I don't need it. It's
No.
vile.
Other games could, like Tension on the Bow or something like that. That would be kind of.
I would like it for racing games too.
But I saw
Talk.
there was a what was it like a blueprint of Xbox actually looking into this, and they're instead of doing the corkscrew design like what the PlayStation DualSense is using, they're possibly using a drum style haptic feedback, which is stronger and will last a lot longer than the screw style. Because you know, if they go that part, I can see it possibly maybe going into like an elite version 3
There you go.
controller.
That's what I was thinking.
And then seeing how it works that way, and then if it's popular and added into Xbox Series controller down the road. But I think it's kind of neat with different aspects. Like shooters, I would disable it 100% because my ass would break that trigger in the heart.
Destroy it. Yeah.
I guess I'll ask a question. Why are you guys so violent with your controllers? Like
my controllers.
I've never broke. I've played all the shooters and all that. I've never like broke one in my hand.
I've never broke it. But if there's something that gives you resistance when you're pulling the trigger, I'll be like wanting to pull harder to shoot, and that would cause controllers. And they have broken on the PS5. I mean, that's not let's not sugarcoat it. I mean, they have broken on.
But it's PS5, supposed to signify that your gun's jammed.
Yeah, but
you haven't cleaned it properly or something like that. It's proper weird. I mean, I don't want that in a competitive shooting game.
That's why you turn it off.
All right.
Well, this is it. I'm okay with the option for people that do want it, but no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
I think it would be kind of cool.
I don't mind.
And here's the thing, like if it's in like an Elite Series 3 controller, like if it's a more expensive option, but people can still like have additional features, then why not? They could still have the baseline controllers where you can, like most of you guys have the custom controllers. I've seen Pongs, I've seen Mavs. You can still like have those. Default controllers, right? But then if you want like the Elite Series 3, where it comes with additional rumble features, then why not? I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If everybody, like I'm thinking like in shooting games, I was thinking of but like in racing games, you know, I'm quite happy to have it like for racing games, but like for shooting games, I wouldn't like it very much. That would annoy me.
Pong's disapproval is so funny.
What's going on, Pong? How you feeling about it?
I don't understand.
He's like, how could you 3-bet?
It's just an option, right? Right, Pong?
Look, come talk to me when you guys can make a controller that doesn't drift. Come talk to me when you can make a reliable controller first. More options, more problems, period, point blank. And if you guys can't even figure out how to make a joystick not drift in your controllers that cost $60 already, we already know the DualSense, it went up $10 because of all this extra stuff, right? Then don't come talk to me until you can figure out this simple engineering. Don't come talk to me about all this complicated stuff. So, and as far as me, again, do I care about the option as long as I can turn it off? No, I honestly don't care about that option. No. If people want it, so be it, put it in there, but you better not charge me an extra $10 for a controller I'm not going to use, period. So again, that's where I come from is, again, this is all fun, but my immersion does not come from my hands. It never has.
Yeah, facts.
So ever. And I know some people claim it does, but it never has. I don't care if I can feel rain in my hands. Okay? That doesn't do anything for me.
And I say personally, give us money on the controller.
I didn't say steal rain.
Have the benefit these new options. Give us money off the controller.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I don't care. But again, until they can engineer a controller that doesn't drift after a couple months, don't come talk to me about all this other garbage.
I didn't think anybody was going to come with a valid point against this, and Pong just did. So I agree with you. Like because my nephew called me one day and he was like, Uncle Mav. No, he didn't say Mav, but he said, hey, what do you do if your controller starts drifting? Can you fix it? And I'm like, no. And then he said, well, is there a controller I can get that won't? I said, no. No matter what controller you go out and buy.
You can fix it with some alcohol and some air blower.
Sometimes if it's dirty.
If you take, right? If it's dirty, you could take the stick out.
And I gave him all that advice to try. But controllers, you're right, Pong. Like they haven't figured out how to make a joystick not fail. Sometimes it happens right away, and then sometimes it can happen over 3 years, 4 years, but it usually always happens. And sometimes
my Sonic Blue went out after 2 months. My Sonic Blue one went out after 2 months.
Sometimes
my blue one's okay, but my one straight out of the Series X box had drift from the start.
Sometimes the buttons stick. Sometimes like the D-pads. I have a Series X controller where the D-pad like won't actually push in all the way on one of the sides, right? It's just like weird issues. You're right there. So the more things you add, there could be more problems. However, making this an option as another option of a controller would be a cool thing for me. Just to, if you want to get that like Series X, because the Series the Elite also has more stuff, right? So if you're already
how many problems have they had with the Elite?
A lot.
But are you gonna buy an Elite though?
Which one?
Are you already in the market for an Elite, or are you?
I mean, that is the other thing.
I won't buy an Elite because of all the problems they've had.
Right.
Well, which Elite are you talking about though?
But you're like your whole point is that they're show me something that doesn't have any bugs, and it's like that's not possible. Everything's got bugs. You might have well, no, I'm saying like you might have some issues with your software, your hardware, whatever. Somebody else could just never have that problem ever. Somebody else could just never use their stuff the way that you use yours. It's not really like a thing. Like I guess I just don't see like the correlation between like just don't add it if you can't fix it, but they've already shown like they're not really interested in fixing that.
Right. But the drift is universal, right? Because they all use the same parts from the same manufacturer. Almost every single controller is the same parts for the joysticks come from one manufacturer. So that's my problem with it is they know of this problem. There's been class action lawsuits. So they just need, what I'm saying is why add more to something unless you can fix the simple engineering problem first? Again, like I said, I don't have a problem with the option. As long as I can turn everything off, I don't care. But at the end of the day, I don't want that just to be the standard, charging me an extra $10 for something I'm never going to use when I can just enjoy it with the regular controller. So that's my only point, right?
So not making it a standard. Yeah, that's already been addressed. You could make that part of something else. But the other thing is like going back to what we were talking about before with the Steam Deck is that it's still a luxury. Like these things aren't necessary. They're not, mandatory. They're not, things that you're going to have to get. Like if you have it like as an option, then out of sight, out of mind, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, the dual sense is though, right? For PlayStation, they made it mandatory.
Right.
So you have to buy a dual sense control. Right.
Yeah,
No,
I know. We're talking about Xbox.
Correct. But what I'm saying is,
and if we're doing like a potential thing, then you could just leave it like as an option for like a different controller. Just like we saw like the whole generation of consoles that you had like your Series X, Series S, whatever. It's like, somebody who's looking or in the market for a Series S is not going to be looking for the same stuff that somebody would be looking for a Series X. So, just have it as an option and leave it at that.
Yeah. No, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, if they can't fix the Joy-Con drift, or the joystick drift,
the thing is,
I don't think that's going to be something they're going to go back to and fix at this point. If they've already gone like way past all that, they've got several different controllers and more things that they're looking at adding on. I don't think they're gonna circle back to this thing.
It would be nice if at some point they just change the supplier for the joystick.
Yeah, because these controllers have the same manufacturer, like the Xbox and the PlayStation. They use the same manufacturer for both their sticks for PS5 and Series X. So
no, I thought the Xbox changed, and
unless they changed recently,
because I remember because the PS5 used the same.
Nintendo controllers get drift too.
Yeah, because they're using the same ones, and the PS5
main ones.
The PS5
I get
they used the PS4 controller with the same little I forget what it's called, the little Joy-Con things, but the Xbox went to a different manufacturer because they didn't want to use the same manufacturer, get the class action lawsuit like PlayStation is under right now with Sony and Nintendo.
Yeah, I get where Rainbow's coming to, because at the same point, like there's already premium controllers all out there that do different things, and all of them have the same problem. So there's really no difference adding even another option to that. At the same point, Pong, you're right. Like, hey guys, stop giving us all this shit unless you fix the basis of any of them first. You know what I mean?
So also how often you, or how rough you are with your stuff too, because like my husband plays like a shit ton of Rocket League, and he breaks the basic controllers like regularly, but it's because of the way that he plays that specific game. So like he has like different controllers for like other games that he plays, so like he saves like his nicer controllers for games that he's not as hard on. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean, no, I definitely get what all y'all are saying. As somebody who, like, I'm an owner of 2 Elite Series 2s. I have one that my wife uses, and one that I use, and I use it for my PC and I use it for my Xbox. So I get a lot of constant use out of it. Pong, like I definitely agree with you almost 100%, mainly because that is something that they do need to focus on, putting better hardware into controllers, because honestly it's at a point, at least with me, and I know it's, again, it goes right back to that luxury factor. I get insurance with everything, so it's one of those things to where if my Elite Series 2 controller starts messing up, guess what, I'm just gonna go get a brand new one. And then it just starts that cycle. But it's like, for me personally, I mean, again, it's also based off of personal experience, but you also got to look at if it's a widespread enough issue. Again, like we're saying, if Sony's getting those class action lawsuits against it, then I mean, it's just more of a serious issue on that side. Whereas, you know, from anybody else, or we know with Nintendo, for example, you have to buy brand new Joy-Cons at $80 to replace the joystick drift. I mean, yeah, you can replace the Joy-Cons or whatever the case, the actual joysticks themselves, but let's be honest, your average consumer is not going to do that. They're just going to buy new Joy-Cons. And it's unfortunate that you have to do that on a product that you already spend this money on due to a defect. Now, I completely agree. If you're being abusive, I mean, it is what it is. I know people that throw controllers across the house. I don't see how y'all do that. And
those people
at their TV screens sometimes.
I know, like, no, it's not okay, man. Like, but you know, to each their own. Issues. But you can't expect for your controller to keep working like it's supposed to, if that's the case. So it's a double-edged blade. But I completely agree. Manufacturers need to start really taking more consideration for their product. At the end of the day, they're trying to make the most money for a lot of their products. Not saying that PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo are like purposely trying to put out bad controllers, because honestly, the controllers go through 10,000s of hours of constant motion when they get tested on. But it's just like anything else with electronics, man. You're playing that gamble, and that's why, like, nowadays, especially for us who are involved in the scene, or people who are, you just invest in the gaming or any other piece of hardware, honestly, whether it's a laptop or any other just piece of device, you will get that warranty for it, just to, you know, reinsure yourself, because you never know. And there's no worse feeling than something breaking maybe 2 weeks after you had it and you don't have a warranty for it. Due to
my controller had drift out of the box.
Yeah, exactly.
And I, got
so that shouldn't be happening.
Xbox, and I had it replaced. But I bought the shock blue one in replaced, so I had something to play with, and that had a sticky A button, if you would believe it. So then I had to return that also, and got another one. But like, it just happens occasionally. You get a dud.
Yeah. Also, I don't think they're ever really going to fix the issue, because guess what? Then we won't be buying as many controllers.
I mean, and that's the other thing.
Right.
You can say that with anything else. They say stuff isn't made like it's used to, and there's a reason for that, right? And at the same time, just to kind of bring it back
like
on
headsets,
topic, as far as
what I mean,
headsets,
with the cords,
for sure.
Lightning cables for cell phones.
Exactly.
All
they
that
break
shit,
like it's nothing, right?
Yep.
But to kind of just bring it back on topic, as far as like Xbox trying to adapt something similar, I'm kind of the same mindset of Pong. Fix what you got right now. Let's make more consistency, at least, if we can. I mean, you can't fix everything, but let's try to iterate what we have right now. Again, if you put in the Elite Series 3, I'd probably buy it, but I'm also the guy that unless it's a racing game, I'm not going to turn the vibration on my controller. I don't like it. I don't want it turned off. The actual experience of the game is what attracts me more than the feeling in my hands. That stuff feels cute, and I understand that people like it. But I've been hands-on with a PlayStation 5. And the controllers, again, it's a cute controller, but the thumbsticks are in the wrong place. And it just doesn't fit my ergonomics of what I'm used to. I also play games claw, and it kind of a lot of people may not be familiar with that. If you don't know what that is, kind of looking it up. It's harder to explain. But my thumb is always on the joystick. And my my index finger is always on one of the buttons. It's like quick access. And my middle finger is like around the RB right trigger range. So it's like I already hold my controller weird. That's just years of playing, whether it been Gears of War or any other multiplayer game. I mean, it could be cool if it's an elite feature, but other than that, I don't think they need to waste their time with it.
I just like the option. I think it'd be pretty cool to have a controller for Xbox that can do that stuff.
They could add it to the design lab too. That's the other dope thing. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Obi, add consoles to design lab.
I saw you post that. That's a fact.
The Series X looks like it was made for design lab, like just because it's so basic with the square.
I mean, you see with the skins, they got mad skins for it. You know what I mean?
Do you remember that like fucking still they had when they first announced it, and it had like the Xbox Series X like lined up with a bunch of other things, and they had the Series S too, but they had different faceplates, different speaker boxes. Like it was crazy. It was like this image, but it had like different colors and stuff. And everybody's like, "Oh, how do I pre-order these colors?" And it just like went into the abyss. But I see.
I mean, they kind of toyed with the idea, lady, with the 360 faceplates a long time ago, right?
Facts.
So I would like to see that come with the Series X. Like,
I forgot about that.
Not even shipping a whole console, right? Maybe just like a sticker that you can just slap on to your.
I want the consoles. At some point when these things become more widely available, and like they could, I think that'll happen at that point, but not until then.
Yeah.
But
have any of you guys actually taken yours apart yet?
The Series X or the controllers?
Yeah. The Series X.
Oh no, I mean I ain't going inside.
No,
that thing.
I did that a week after owning it. It's actually really simple to pull all the hardware out. It's a lot more
so simple putting it back together when you got bits left over.
Why?
Obi, right?
Yeah.
Did I forget to put that back in?
I mean, I don't remember. Like I did it to my Xbox One X, and dealer always gives me shit about this, that he thinks I put a ghost into it because all of a sudden I was getting screen tearing like crazy. And
oh man.
Yeah, and games working out. But it'd be cool if
they
just
been
sold
playing
us
Call of Duty.
just the case. That'd be cool. Like for me, just give me a new case. And I'll put my shit into that case.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
I like cases.
That's an excellent idea.
I'm all about that case life.
Yeah.
He's do that to my 360. Yeah, I think that'd be super dope.
Yeah, the Series S too looks like it could be easily customized. You know,
because it all comes out like, I mean, it's like unboxing something. You take that back plate off, you undo like 3 screws, and the whole shit thing comes right out. I mean,
that's cool. And they're all magnetized to. That's how they stay like.
Yep.
And all of a sudden you got 5 screws.
Yeah.
You wonder what happened.
See, but that's why it's not for everybody. You know what I mean?
I will not do that.
It will not work.
Yeah.
It will
I've
never work
taken
again.
all my Xboxes apart, the Xbox One S, the One X, the Series X.
Yeah, I had to do that with my One X.
You're just one of them kids that grew up with that blinking Lego and everything.
Well, it was
Just
crazy
had
because
to break everything down.
me and my
You've got
buddy
an
were playing
OCD.
Battlefield, and I was just like one day thinking, God, this thing's just the fans going crazy on it. So I took it apart. I put new thermal paste on it, like a really high quality one. And then he came over again the next weekend, and mine was running silent, and then his just sounded like a goddamn radiator. I mean, so he wanted me to do it to his too. I mean, it helped a lot. I've never heard the fan turn on that thing ever again.
Wow.
And it does. I mean, they slapped those things together. I mean, not quite literally, but I mean, literally at the same time. I mean, again, that's how that cookie crumbles.
All right, man. Well, hey, guys, this was absolutely awesome show. I got to get to one super chat real quick, and then we'll see you guys out. Appreciate KY Bob with another $5 super chat. He has a quick question. He says, question for the panel: how long will Grounded be in game preview? Got asked today, couldn't give an answer. It's been there for a year now, right? Does anybody know?
It's going to be next year.
When it's ready.
Yeah, when it's ready.
We're on 10.1.
I don't think they even know exactly.
They said probably next year.
Yeah.
Sometime late next year.
Thank you, Lupa.
They want to make sure everything was running smoothly.
Yeah, but
and work out the bugs.
But anybody that's interested, I would definitely tell them to at least jump into it. You know what I mean?
It's got enough.
It's at a point from what I've seen. Yeah, there's plenty of content.
It's great fun with your friends.
Yeah,
great fun.
If you're looking,
I haven't played it since I played it with the RDX crew, and even then we just got destroyed because somebody, not gonna name names, led a bunch of spiders to the base.
Was it Fonzarelli?
No. It was me, Colton, Dealer, and Lethal. I think it was Lethal playing it.
It was Lethal.
And yeah, like I'm probably gonna it was me that led the spider back just to piss Colt off. But we were I remember just the time that me and him were hiding in that little science dome looking thing and couldn't even get out because that thing was just right there. And I had to turn the arachnophobia thing all the way on.
You didn't. You was.
You scared of the marshmallows.
They've got a boss now, Obi. They've got the spiny orb weaver brood mother boss.
No, I ain't playing it now.
Oh my god.
You ruined it for me.
She's huge.
Ruined it. Not playing it now.
Me and Lupa are gonna get back into it.
Yeah, my wife is not about that.
Well, I appreciate everybody here and everybody in the chat. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out tonight. Thank you for chatting games with us for our 50th. Yeah, Lupa.
Mav, have you spoken about Xbox beating PlayStation and Nintendo in June?
Yeah, they beat PlayStation and Nintendo in June. That's absolutely awesome. I don't want to get too much into that because I think it could
PlayStation sucks.
30 minutes.
Wow. Wine and seltzer. Here we go.
Hey, was that 3-bit?
Yes.
After hours
Oh.
is going to be fantastic. Come join us.
NPD.
3-bit's job
Nailed
opportunity
it.
just got cut in half.
3-bit has owned 2 PS5s and sold them both.
No, that was cool.
Going on a third one.
Yeah,
hit me up
we'll
if
see
you ever get another one.
We'll see if Xbox continues that progress. I think it's awesome that they are doing well. You know, they're on the right track for sure with all the services, and I think people are taking note. Also, I think they're more available than some other things right now. Also, so we'll see. Like, availability is key because everything's selling out right now. So whenever something becomes available, it's gone. So I think Xbox is maybe pushing out more right now than PlayStation in the last month at least.
Well, the chip yields aren't so high, so
yeah. All right, that's true. That's a good point. Let's see. Rainbow, thank you for being here. You're absolutely awesome, and especially giving it back to Pong with his wrong opinions about the
sticking it to the man.
No, it's great to have you here.
Right.
And it's a lot of fun chatting games with you, and I hope to have you back sometime. But if you can, remind people where they can find all your awesome stuff.
Rainbow Lightbright everywhere, mostly on Twitter. I stream on Twitch, and then I have a website, just rainbowlightbright.com.
Hey.
Rainbowlightbright.com. My daughter has a friend, Rainbow Dino Girl, that she talks to on Xbox, and I hear that name, and I kept calling you Rainbow Dino Girl when I was talking to my wife, so I was afraid I was going to say that during your intros, and I had to keep telling myself because it's just in my head. Anyway, all right, Obi.
Oh God.
What,
You're so weird.
I'm sorry. Obi, thank you for being here, dude. You're absolutely awesome, man. I know you got stuff to do, so if you could let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter. Can't find me on Xbox because apparently I hide off online or hide offline all the time. Don't mean to. But yeah, just find me on Twitter, RDX on Tuesdays, and XNC on Mondays, and occasionally Rand's podcast, but he's got enough mods on there. So yeah, reach out anytime, man.
Cool. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Love to have you back sometime as well, man. 100%. And then our like extended family,
KhAos.
I is he and he is I, the one, the only Steel Rain, half of Living Split Screen. What, dude? Thanks for being here. I just shouted you out because I knew you were available, and I've been wanting you to be on the show for a very long time, but just it was possible today. So thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Hey man, it's always a great time when I'm able to get into the fun speculation kingdom, hang out with y'all lovely lots, as Lupa might say to y'all. But look, man, like overall, y'all know how I feel. Y'all keep it live, raw, and uncut. Y'all shown me nothing but love since I've met y'all. That's what it's about, man. I'm trying to grow what our community is, because our community is so much bigger than the little circle that a lot of people get caught up in. Again, you can find me every Friday night, GRG, 8 p.m. Central, where gamers recognize game. But other than that, you can catch me with my brother from another, Pong Soul, on Living Split Screen, the morning show, the adult cartoons. If you're into gaming, if you're into all things that are going on within the industry, if you're just into pure, unadulterated, unspecific console platform content, come to Living Split Screen. Come check us out. 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. UK time. Again, where we keep it live, raw, and uncut. We're just trying to, we thrive off of authenticity. We're organic. A lot of the times me and Pong go a week without talking to each other, and we still come and give you most of the time over a 2-hour show. That
might be 4 tomorrow.
It might be, but it's coming with you with that energy that I feel that you need to get into your weekend, man, because that's what it's about, right? Why talk about games if you're not going to be hyped to talking about them? And again, this is natural for me. So yeah, man, other than that, I still reign everywhere. The T is a 7. Type it in your search bar. You'll probably find me. Other than that, much love again to everybody that was here, chat. Y'all were amazing. And well, I'll let y'all, man. Much love.
Yeah, dude. Then first in my heart, babe, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at KaitlinXO615. You can find me here every Friday, and then tomorrow you can find me here again at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Ooh, kill them.
Is that what time?
Yes, 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. The Mavin Fancy Show.
Gonna be good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We got some. We actually had thought of some.
It'll be an experience.
It'll be
total
experience. It will be an experience. That's for sure. I'm excited about it. I think we're gonna have a fun time with this thing and see what it turns into. So, I hope you guys enjoy that. And also, we have the amazing Lady AF. Where can people find you, lady?
Everywhere, maybe. I don't know. You can find me on Twitter at lady_AF. That's LAIDY_AF. You can find me Wednesday nights on Gaming Beyond the Box. You can find me here every Friday with the Magnificent 7. And then on Tuesdays, you can find me with the Players of Everything, Masters of None, bullshitting and doing things there. So, yeah.
Absolutely awesome. And the extraordinary AssassinLupa, where can people find you?
I'd like to thank Steel and Lady Rain and Obi-Wan for coming on. It's been awesome to have you. I'd like to thank my family for all being here tonight. It's been a great evening. You can find me here on Xbox Ultimate, 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UK time. You can find me on Twitter and Xbox Live, AssassinLupa, everywhere. And I'll catch you all gaming, guys.
Love that. We have
Go to Psycho.
Psycho. I am. I'm going to Psycho. Psycho, the mellow fellow from outer space. Where can everybody find you, sir?
I want to thank Rain and Rain, Rainbow.
God.
Obi.
Lady Rainbow.
Thank Lady for inviting me.
And freaking Obi. My God. I'm too fucked up.
Steel.
I did.
Okay.
He's Rain.
Oh, he's Rain. Okay, you're right.
I'll bring you the
Who
steel.
else is Rain?
He's the
Who else
rain
is
that
Rain?
Pong's gonna feel, right? That's right.
Whoa.
In my hands.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Okay, now we're
With
leaning
those
into
haptics.
it.
Oh my God.
With those haptics,
Come-
that's what he wants.
All right, everybody. Everybody in chat, come join us at Xbox Ultimate After Hours, where we're gonna enjoy this fucking ride. And you guys can find me.
Jesus.
Oh God.
And you guys
dark.
can find me
Oh.
everywhere at Psychonauts 8. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Gamer Chat Podcast. Gamer Chat's one word. Wednesdays, 10 o'clock with Fun Pop, and freaking to here Fridays on Xbox Ultimate with the M7. And it's been a fucking crazy fucking week, and can't wait to play some games with you lovely motherfuckers. So let's do this.
Sexy motherfucker.
Is that going to be the theme song to Xbox Ultimate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have
Don't forget
the.
after hours.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight playing some games for sure. Don't know exactly know what we're playing, but we're gonna play something.
Not Halo 5.
Not Halo 5.
Oh my God.
Fuck that shit.
Kate's,
Oh no,
Kate's
why?
prefers the
What's wrong with
MCC.
Halo 5?
She likes.
Like,
I'm
she
not
likes
good
MCC.
at it.
I don't enjoy it either.
And the amazingly talented man of many talents, the one only 3-bit.
Oh.
You knew he wasn't talking about me. What are you? Jesus.
Yeah.
Go.
Because he would have said the encyclopedia.
That's coming. Don't ruin it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. 3-bit.
How can I spoil it? We all know it's coming.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Thank you.
3-bit, where can everybody find your amazing creations?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at TheVideoGamesHD. My YouTube is TheVideoGamesHD. I am on Xbox Factor every Tuesday, here every Friday, and then Fun Pop every Wednesday. So go check me out on those shows and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right on, bro.
Too, like, yeah.
Wine and seltzer. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And the Encyclopedia of Gaming dating back to the very first video game ever made.
Where have I heard that?
And only
Mushrooms and water.
Pong Soul. Where can everybody what's 2 places that people can find
magical
you, so we can keep this?
Are you trying to cut me down already? Jesus.
No,
Oh,
I'm just
man.
kidding. Where's everybody that where's fuck it, just go.
Hey, yeah, just go. hey, what an awesome Friday night. As always, family, you guys are amazing. Love you all. You know that. Rainbow, thank you so much for coming out. I love hearing other opinions, and it's always great to have other people on the show. Obi, thank you for being here, brother. Great to hear your stuff too. And of course, my brother from another Steel. Man, this is just the start of our tour this week, man. So
It is.
let's go. It was great to have you all here and join in on this. We love it. Mav always has some awesome guests show up. So chat, you guys were absolutely incredible. Stellar as always. Thank you all for showing up. We love you. Can't do this without you. So thank you for being here. Pong Soul, Xbox, Twitter, you know the drill. My hype man already took care of tomorrow morning. So just set those alarms. Be ready to rock and roll with Steel and I. Living Split Screen tomorrow morning. You know the drill there. Tomorrow night, the Shop Podcast. You can catch Living Split Screen again.
Yes.
Over there with PTK
Yes,
Blam,
dude.
Fuzzy Belvedere, who was
Yes.
in the chat. As always, Stagorilla, maybe Stagorilla, but Centurion will be there for sure. But yes, Steel and I will be there. I'm always there, but Steel is joining us. So see us there at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time. Next Tuesday, back on the Xbox Factor podcast with Mr. Boomstick, Zemi Games, and of course, 3-bit if he is available. And now Mav is almost adopted into that one too. So we might see Mav there as well. Who knows? But you know what? Keep your eyes and ears open this week. coming up. There's things that are unannounced that Steele and I will be a part of this week. So we got a full week coming up. You got a lot of living split screen going on. But again, love you all. Have a great weekend. Play what you love what you play. It's the golden age of gaming. It's all about celebrating what's going on in this industry. And have a great weekend. Love you.
Yeah, 100%. Golden age of gaming. Let's hope Nintendo joins it at some point. Hey, no, I'm just kidding.
Shots fired.
They're in the lead.
They're in the lead of something. It ain't that. Everybody in the chat, you guys were absolutely fucking incredible. Again, amazing. It was just hopping. Lots of fun talk. Steam Deck, Xbox, all this awesome stuff. Lots of different opinions and thoughts. Amazing people. New show, like we said, tomorrow, Mavin Fancy Show at 6 p.m. Eastern, guys. If you want some like just fun like random topics and talk, that's gonna be what it is. We're gonna talk about food even, or like movies or games, and it's gonna be kind of a different kind of thing, right? So come hang out if you wanna have some fun. And other than that, guys, I super appreciate it. We do have also this is our 50th episode, but we're gonna kind of have more of a special show in a few weeks, and it's just gonna be the Magnificent Seven to celebrate 1 year of Xbox Ultimate Podcast. So I hope you guys check that out as well. I'm gonna maybe kind of do a little bit of a look back type stuff and just kind of talk about the show, and also maybe some fun topics too. But super appreciate all of you again, and the speculators. Thank you for everything, all the support. And hey guys, until next week, we will be playing games, I guess. Whatever. Bye.
Ka-chow!
Catch your gaming, guys.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Much love.
Bye, everybody.
Yay.
Thank you.